friendly day in the neighborhood. Birds is chirping. Hi, neighbor. I can't say that word walking their dogs. Haha, watering their flowers. That's my neighborhood. Fuck, no, I'm from the streets of the BX4 where I can't say that word push packs. This is that surge shit, that full flex shit, Alpo shit. For all you heard me, Macho, Nigga Brown, JD, Charlie Rock, LD, Remy, Soundboy, turn this shit up right here. I'm your idol, your highest title, numero uno. Yes, I'm Puerto Rican and I speak it so that you know. Stomp, yeah, that's the idea. Leave that, can't say that word leaking from ear to ear. Listen here, young bro, man, your end is near. They probably find your body at the end of the pier. Can't say that word, must be crazy to mistake me for folklore. I put the 80 to your baby, man. I told y'all, fucking with cracks like fucking with crack. What? Pull out the pipe or push your weight back. Look, you hate that. Look, we stay strapped. From crook, from way back, done took the game back. You shook, in fact, the top of the world. Stop knocking the girl. She in the drop with already rock, lock, and the pearl. Fish scale to heron. Live well from here on. $500,000 you grill. Of course we bear all. Can't say that word thing in that rap. It's just words. I pull up in the curve full a desert bird and clear off the block in no time. Get off my dick. Stop talking shit and get your own shine, motherfucker. Take a look at my life and you can see that. I'm from the Bronx where it's known to hear the heat clap. Y'all need a can't say that word like me to point your fingers at. So stop hating on the Don, you know you need crack. Take a look at my life and you can see that. I'm from the Bronx where it's known to hear the heat clap. Y'all need a can't say that word like me to point your fingers at. So stop hating on the Don, you know you need crack. First we was thuggin', then bus sluggin'. My lifestyle is the shit, really had the streets buggin'. Oh no, he ain't come back like that. Not crack with the platinum plaque, yo. It's the 13th I'll spin it. Can't say that word, used to doubt. Now we even made Craig Common look like a winner. Me and Diddy? Same mean bitches wanna move in my house. You see us back to back in them snow white trucks shade off the rim. You not giving a fuck, you must not be reading it right. Ice so bright, we don't need headlights at night. Yo, can't say that word. Ask, can't say the word how I smack. Can't say that word with the Mac plus, cause I am what I rap. I can't say that word, just throw in your hands, make them pack. I can't say that word to never let another crew move behind his back. Can't say that word. What? What? Take a look at my life and you can see that. I'm from the Bronx where it's known to hear the heat clap. You'll need a can't say that word like me to point your fingers at. But stop hating on the Don, you know you need crack. Take a look at my life and you can see that. I'm from the Bronx where it's known to hear the heat clap. You'll need a can't say that word like me to point your fingers at. So stop hating on the Don, you know you need crack. Now and then I think of when we were together. Like when you said you felt so happy you could die. Told myself that you were right for me, but felt so lonely in your company. But that was love and it's an ache I still remember. You can get addicted to a certain kind of sadness. Like resignation to the end, always the end. So when we found that we could not make sense, Well, you said that we could still be friends. But I'll admit that I was glad it was over. But you didn't have to cut me off. Make out like it never happened, that we were nothing. I don't even need your love, but you treat me like a stranger, and that feels so rough. No, you didn't have to stoop so low. Have your friends collect your records, then change your number. I guess I don't need that though. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. Now and then I think of all the times you screwed me over, but had me believing it was always something that I'd done. But I don't want to live that way, reading into every word you say. You said that you could let it go, and I wouldn't catch you hung up on somebody that you used to know. But you didn't have to cut me off. Make out like it never happened and that we were nothing. I don't even need your love, but you treat me like a stranger, and that feels so rough. No, you didn't have to stoop so low. Have your friends collect your records and then change your number. I guess I don't need that though. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. Somebody that used to know. Somebody that used to know. Somebody that I used to know. Somebody I used to know. I used to know that I used to know. I used to know somebody that I used to know. Hello. Hope everyone's having a nice Tuesday, doing well the usual. Hello, chat. I'm back. Hope you are having a lovely Tuesday morning. I have a bit of a surprise for you today. Actually, wait. Don't get up yet. Hold on, give me a moment. I gotta do something real quick. Hold on, give me like 5 minutes and I'll explain it to you. It'll be worth it. Okay, I'm coming back. I swear to God, I'm coming back. Okay. Hello. So, I have a little surprise for you guys. Today I named the stream The Great Filter, not because it's going to be a 2-hour stream into see you guys on Thursday, but instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Patapon for a leisurely amount of time, and then we're going to watch a movie. I'm not going to tell you what movie it is, but it's The Great Filter. It's not. No, it's gonna be a fun time, a fun little stream with movie. You like movie, right? Everyone loves a movie. All right. Because of that, though, yeah, movie. I don't want to tell you guys what it is because it's good. I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive. Can you give us an estimate for when the movie starts? Sure, I'll try. I'll try. uh 3 hours? Maybe? Or 2 or 2.5? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not great at estimates. I'm not the type of person that likes giving. No, we are watching it. We're watching it. We are watching. I swear to God. It's just like when you ask for like, okay, can you give me an estimate of when it's gonna happen? Like, I don't know. I follow my heart, you know, and my heart's not telling me. Maybe at the Discord when it's time. We could do that. Uh, hold on. Let's move over here. I'm scared. I'm scared. Okay, what's up? I don't know. I have a blanket on. This is not. I don't even know why I have a blanket on. It's a heat wave, but apparently I need to have a blanket on today. It's just how it works. Well, Red Baron streamer, isn't that the guy that makes pizzas? I don't know about you guys, but I have the comfort blanket. You know what I mean? Sometimes when it's like a heat wave and it's like ridiculously hot, like hot like Caesars little, like it's sometimes you just need it. And I feel like this game we're at like a bit of a crossroads, aren't we? I saw people say like, "Oh, the game's fucked up." Actually, I saw a post about this a week ago. Apparently the thing is fucked. Like the rhythm in the game. So now I don't even know what to say. You guys were on my ass all of yesterday. Remember I said you guys are on my ass like I'm a colossus? That was really smart. But you know what? That means I have to give you guys the free reign for today. I can't just go off, I guess. Streamer looks cozy. I'm about to be. I saw Red Baron on sale a few weeks back and grabbed a couple pizzas out of the freezer. I mean, that, you know, I know many people who, when, you know, the Baron takes flight, they take notice, you know? Wait. Oh my god, did I not save? No, 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 no way. I didn't fucking save it? God damn it, dude. Well, it's fine. We did most of it. Dude, it's one of those old games. It's one of those old games for like old people. Like, remember they were like, "No, we're not going straight to the movie. I want to play this game. I like this game." Hey, Pancake Lobra, thanks a lot for hanging up again or hanging out again. I can't read that, but good luck. No, I'm not getting filtered. But I mean it is the great filter, right? This is the great filter right here. It's like that shit that people would be like on their hands and knees praising at a church. Okay, enough. Enough. Let's go. I'm ready to start my war machine. Start my war machine. Yeah. Go. This is damn tutorial. I want to skip, but I can't. Dude, I miss so much farming. I miss so much farming. I was fighting that dragon for like 3 hours yesterday. No, it doesn't work that way. The game's bugged. I can't do that. You have to follow the game's rhythm. No, it's not reruns. Oh yeah, you guys said I could calibrate it in the options, right? Maybe we should try that. Hold on, can I get to the options first? When can I start? not like job. Twitch was showing the stream while I was actually in the stream with someone I don't even follow. Am I in trouble? Or are you in trouble? Who's that pro streamer in the corner? Who's that 1 in a million entertainer? It's me. No one's in trouble. It's okay. I didn't think I was actually in trouble. Sometimes I say things just to see what you would say. Weirdly very normal for Twitch recently. Can I go now? Fuck, bruh. Let me out. I want to leave. Let me out. I got sentenced to drumming in the back. But keep going. Man, I can't believe... Why don't we have autosave? Remember those days? One time I typed Omega in the wrong chat while Romola was live. I think that may be the worst thing you could do. Like, just no context. Romega in like someone random chat. I think I'd ban you. I'd be like, I think we got a bot in the building. Keep going. Let me out. Let me go. I want to get out of the tutorial. Let me out. Man, I'm so sad. I lost all my friends from yesterday. And I was getting all cozy and I had movie. God damn it, dude. I'm gonna die to level 3 dragon for like the 5th time. I'll be like, oh, I get to die for the movie. No, I'm not fucking around with this anymore. Come on. Look, everyone's no save Nora. That's annoying. Don't say that again. Are you gonna wheel up the... What's my name? What? I'll do this to remind myself. You need to step it up. Alf Japan is ahead of you in ratings. What? Streamer, how did request games work? Like, you play it once per request, and if you like it, you finish it next stream? I mean, it's all vibes based. Like, sometimes I play more, sometimes I don't, you know? It's just fun. I'm not, you know, like, these, like, rigid systems that, like, streamers do. Like, I just don't do that, you know? Like, I tried. No, I'm not gonna save yet. I don't need to save. Let me save after this, because I don't want to go back to this land. My war machine's already ready. Oh. Kill. I'm trying to go as fast as possible so I can get to where I was. It's really funny when we await a game request and then you play it for 2 hours just farting a storm and doing impressions. I mean, what else do you expect from me? Oh wait, I don't have the drum this time, right? So I can't even do that. What's the drum? Chaka. No Don Don, yeah. I missed the Don. Keep going. I want to leave so bad. Not the stream, I mean like this area. Now I at least have like the muscle memory for the rhythm game. Otherwise I'd be vomiting. I feel like half of my struggle yesterday was just trying to like exist. You know what I mean? I killed him. Let's go. Okay. See, that was so much faster than yesterday. That was like actually 30 minutes faster. That was speed run level. By the way, did anyone put me on speedrun.org or whatever for the Frogger game? I mean, it was like 30. I mean, I don't know. It was a long 30 or maybe a short 30. Hey, thanks for the resub, Seta. Pon, peta, pon. Yeah. Hold on, I need to like summon.
Papaya.
Oh, great save. Yeah, you're right. I need to. Where do I save again? Yeah. Okay.
Papaya.
See, this is a good idea. How long was the run? What, 5 hours maybe? I think I should be the only one on the list when you put me in, so I'll be the leader. The current world record is... Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I just gotta keep it steady, you know? Like the offspring. I guess they say keep it separated, huh? What is keep them separated? Oh shit. No, it's not this. Although this ended up being a part of the Great Filter because I forgot to save. Hey, thanks for the 5 stream watch streak. Is that true? Wait, really? Dude, I didn't know that about the offspring. I just thought they were like a pretty fly white guy. The Great Filter sounds like a Trumpism. I mean, he would try to make it a thing. The difference between me and Trump, though, I get it done. They funded segregated school districts, and they made a song that says keep them separated. That's dark. Dude, what? I thought it was just pretty fly white guy. Dude, my mood is ruined. Who's gonna do something about this? No, I would never support Jim Crow. First of all, I don't support racism. Second of all, I would never associate with someone named Jim. Not Italian enough. Not even. It's just like The only person I know who goes by like Jimmy, I call him Uncle Baby Jimmy. I always thought Jim Crow was a real person like Freddy Crocker. I thought the same thing. I'm not kidding. When I learned about Jim Crow in school, I remember I went to like one of my friends. I was like, I had no idea that guy was real. What kind of granola do you usually like? I don't know. Like, I like those religious guys that are always cooking. You went to school. Yes, I did go to school. I did. Wait, I got Mr. Trumpet. Who's this fella? Have mercy. What is it that approaches? Blood, crimson blood. Dude, look. The point is, I don't like racists. I don't like racism. I'm for the people. I feel like I have this conversation like multiple times per day. And the worst part is, I have this conversation not even multiple times per day, multiple times per week. Right? Dude. True story. Hold on. True story. Here, how about this? How about we'll take 5 and I'll do Tricky by Rum DMC. Not Rum, Run. I'll just do Tricky. You know, it's tricky. Rum DMC. That's actually like a pirate crew. Hey, any pirate cover bands want to steal that name? Go for it. We're Rum DMC. It's tricky. It's tricky. Go. Spank them bottoms. I don't think I ever played the tricky, like, snowboarding game. I don't know. I used to look at snowboards and they just bothered me. You know why? Because whenever I looked at snowboards, I would just think, like, I could fall off this and die. You know? Like, you know when you're at the edge of a tall building and you're like, damn, I better not get too close. You know? Do you support Patapon's right to an No. Come on. Yes. See, that's so much faster. I'm going so fast. I don't even know how to reply to that. So you're saying Patapons don't have a right to defend themselves? No, that I didn't say that at all.
Papaya.
That's not even close. I don't know. I think illegal occupation of a territory into an armed resistance is like, I don't know. I think we saw that a few times in history. I don't know. It just seems like kind of normal. What do you guys think? Am I being counter-revolutionary? Dude, kill these assholes. Go. No guts, no glory. What's your perfect breakfast? I like eggs. Like scrambled eggs. I like rye bread. I like porridge. I don't know, I'm not really a picky person. I've told you guys, Finnish people don't have good food. Like, it's just true. I have like no opinions on food quality. In fact, anytime someone's like, oh, are you like one of those like picky food people? I just want to be like, I don't even know what food is. Yeah, I like scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs can be so much. Kill. Chicken and waffles with quality of Finnish person. I've had chicken and waffles, and let me tell you, they absolutely would. I mean, like, in Finland, everything's like the spice of choice, so to speak, is that shit they put on pizza. No, it like starts with a C or something. No, not cheese. Not cheese. Is it like cardamom? Oh, coriander. That's it. Coriander. Yes. That's it. Coriander. Finnish people put coriander on everything. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but no, I didn't restart the game. I didn't save. It's very different. I forgot that games like this existed where they wouldn't just be like save. Our great mighty save. I should save. Are you one of the soap people? Soap? I mean, I use soap. Streamer, if Wplace opens again, will you do a stream of it? Of what? Do what? Oh, does it taste like soap? I don't think so. I wouldn't say that. I don't even know what this is about. Pampered by modern game design, despite only playing 2000s, it's a 4 out of 10s. Yeah, because in the 4 out of 10s, like, I don't care if I save. That's the thing, right? It's like, oh, I didn't save. Guess I'll just flush this game and never come back. You know? Come on. Didn't finish Def Jam. I got pretty close, though. And I was nice about it. Does Hershey's chocolate taste like bile to you? No. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, it doesn't taste like soap, but I don't know, it's just like they're not it's just flavorless. You know? They just don't have a lot of flavor in their food. When will my streamer finish games? Didn't I finish a game like last week? Yeah, I did. I played that game, the Psycho game. She built a revolution with Patapon as her army. Yeah. Kill. Okay. See, it's not going that fast, or not going that slow. I mean, I do see you guys as Patapons a little. You're always like, fuck you when I mess up. And when you attack, you say, get him. Do you think the Patapons could beat the Romans? No. Romans are too organized. That's the one thing Romans did well. Their battle formations were like actually good for the time. In fact, like how Romans won battles is a lot simpler than you may actually think. All they did was they held a shield wall with their like lines. They waited until the other people they fought got exhausted, and then they would attack, and that's it. Kill. Go. I like how you're leading the Patapons and saying they can never win fights. I mean, they're doing good. Look at my soldiers. They love blood. Let's go. Do I get more shit for being sick? Name 3 Patapons? I don't even know. Wait, what? My Ume Musume sucks when it's the trainer's fault. Save. Alright. I will after. Dude, this is a really good idea. I should actually keep doing this. Like, every time I'm playing a game where I have to manually save, I should just use save as my name. Because then I will never forget about it. Because this happens to me a lot, you know? She doesn't even know her soldiers. They don't even know me. Alright. Small bean general, yeah. Why are you guys attacking me? I'm just a small little Patapon general. Grr. Revive my friends, please. Let's go. I have the gong, right? I have that. Let's go. Okay. I'm going to optimize all these fellas because they have heart. Romola, if you see a little Patapon IRL, would you freak out? No, I think I would just stomp them. And you're lying if you say you don't do that yourself. You don't see like a bug and you're like... You don't see a bug, you're like, I don't know what that is, stomps it. You don't do that? I don't believe that. I feel like half my chat sees like a spider, they like freak out. They're like, I got to kill bugs. I'm like, ew, no. Patapons, I go, whoa! Yeah, but like, how can you tell the difference between a bug and a Patapon in the heat of the moment? I mean, here's what I think. If a Patapon was real, They would be really small. They just look like bugs, right? But like, no, they're like 3 feet, really? I don't know, I just thought this was like, I don't know, art design shit. Like, I don't know. Like, is that sunflower bigger than the Patapons? Or is that, like, just how it is? You know what I mean? I just feel like most people, if they go out there and they see, like, a 1 foot tall orb like that, that looks like a fucking unknown Pokemon, you know, those unknown, like, letter things, they'll be like, I'm gonna kill it. Like, I'm not saying I have an opinion on this. I just want you to know that's what would be said, you know? Like, that's what people would say. You're the type of Pokemon trainer to kill a legendary for XP. That's entirely different, though. And I feel like I did do that for a long time. Isn't there's like a shiny Gyarados in one of the games, and I never, ever, ever captured the shiny Gyarados. I was like, what's the point? He's just like gold. Or he's red. Is that my motherfucking streamer playing Patapon? Yeah. Hey, Sean, you missed it. Yesterday, Planeswalkers was gonna go bonkers if you didn't show up. And you didn't do it. People were breaking down doors. Someone approached me on the street the other day, and they were like, oh, sorry about the situation in your Discord. And I was like, oh, don't worry about it, bud. And they, like, retreated to the shadows. Do you just say the same thing to everyone who doesn't show up every day? No, it's just Sean Texas started it, and I bring it. Yeah. I mean, many things are said on the street. Have you ever played GTA 4? Imagine Romola as a wing woman. That just doesn't sound real. I mean, it's real enough. And the guy was in a robe. I forgot to mention that. He was in a robe, like a whole, like, ass robe, like a church guy. Chill. I hate when we get to the point of the stream where someone just asks what's happening. It makes me feel like no one's understanding what I'm saying. And I feel like I deserve, like, a little more leeway. I'm leading an army. I'm fucking General DAC Arthur. A little audio joke for you. That was one of your worst conversationships ever? Oh. So a Romola watching Priest walk up to you and said the Romrad's Discord situation is crazy. Yeah.
Papaya.
Majestic. Oh, wait. Hold on, let me get this. Wait, no, I need the drum.
Papaya. Papaya.
Where's my drum?
Papaya.
Name black people, you have more leeway.
Papaya.
Have you ever heard of Run DMC? Just asking. Have you ever heard of Run DMC? Why is resist versus CNC a stab? Wait, Run DMC, that's kind of like... That is the answer, isn't it? Not Run DMC, Run, comma, DMC. I literally already did that. I was like, I already named Odd Future. Cha chaka cha ka. All right, now I'm ready. See, it's been what, like 30 minutes, and I'm already back to where I was. Start the movie. No, I'm not. It's been like an hour. Dude, let's keep the road going here. I don't know if that's a good sign because the stream was 3 hours last time. Yeah, but it's a special stream today, so it's different. I mean, I was getting overwhelmed because I was babysitting chat. I was babysitting chat. And also learning. No, I not say babysitting. I said babysitting while learning the game. And I was under attack. By the way, also, despite that, apparently there's a lot of issues with this game now. What's wrong with these emotes? Please don't ask. Yeah, it is off sync. You gotta like recalibrate and shit. And then I was dealing with all that while all at once. I feel like that's a fair like reason to be a little slow on the draw. Like if you broke a cowboy's hand, which is like, okay, do a quick draw with this. He would be like, I can't, partner. My hand's broke. I'm glad you liked it. She believes the Reddit post. What is that even about? Who's on Reddit? You can't die. I'm not on Reddit. I've never been to Reddit. Is it true you moderate the kitchen cells? What? Yo. Dude, I'm good at this. I think I'm good at this now. Do you think Unknown or Patapon is more sexy? Probably Unknown. I feel like you could argue the Unknowns have what's the word? Curves. Any jabronis in stream today? Kill. What do you mean? Alright. See? Easy. Everyone's so jolly. Fuck, marry, kill. Patapon, unknown, Ghibli suit sprite. What is Ghibli suit sprite? The little guys. Oh, the little guys. The little, you mean the little fellas. I know what you're talking about. Great save. Sounds like a great time to save. That's exactly why I named myself Save. So I wouldn't forget. Why is Romola doing an imperialism? I'm not doing imperialism. I've never done that. I'm just doing, you know, Kingdom Hearts, Birth by Sleep. I think I'd fuck unknowns, like the Pokemon. Maybe that is the one Pokemon I'd fuck. Unknown? Because you never know what you're gonna get. Patapon, I don't know. They seem lovely. Oh, wrong way. I mean, like, look at all the, like, the little fellas. Look at all the little fellas that, you know, hold on. They're animals? Who? Patapon? I thought these were friends. I just feel like the unknown, like, they got creativity. Why is Romola doing a northern lion? That's rude. I was gonna say, hey buddy, think you got the wrong door. Northern Lion streams 3 blocks down. But I realize that's just a compliment, isn't it? Like, that's not even like a negative. When someone's like, oh, you got the wrong door, they just want to help. So, I don't really know how I'll word it, but I'm not Northern Lion. She has hair, yes. He's on vacation in Britain playing IRL Scrandal. He's in Mariel, England. Romega. He went across the pond, Romega. Come on. He's on vacation. Time for you to swoop in. Hack his Twitch. No, I'm not. No. Why do you guys make it sound like it's like turf war in San Andreas? You guys are acting like a streamer. Northernlion just left San Andreas. I think it's time that we get you on Grove Street really fast. Come on, dude. Let me just play my Patapon. I don't believe in. Let's just enjoy the day. Let's enjoy the game of life, IRL. All right. See, I'm going fucking crazy. No. I need more. Hold on, let me save. Can you do big smokes lines as Meatwad? Write it out in chat. Do the order in chat. Post the order in chat. And we'll see what we can do. You know what I mean, the order. The order. Wasn't that a game? The order? No, we haven't. Not a lot of San Andreas references brought up here, actually. I feel like the only time we've talked about GTA in here is like when I talked about that I hate GTA 5. Number 6, and I'm just number 7, not to number 45. Level 2, and Lab 7. Look at that, perfect. Kill. What does Don do? He runs a crime family. Like Mafia? Oh wait, the dong I got. The Don I got. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Hold on, let me just kill this guy. No, not dong. No dong. Hold on. Keep going. Alright. Don't question mark Ramola me. I don't know what else to say. Let me just run my army. They're on... You deserve to have your scrotum scrudged? What? I don't even know how to reply to that. That's your thing. You're like the scrotum scrotcher or whatever. What's your new username? No, it's not. Hold on. Yo. See, look at how effortless this is. You know, I miss Down Bad Dobby. Can we give Scruntley a new name like that? Scruntley's name is like boring now. It's like we need to give Scruntley like a new identity. You know, new year, new Scrunt. Where's Clown Poob? Where's Clown Pubes? Clown Pubes is always here, hanging around. Yeah, he is like a random event. Sorry, I don't know about Clown Pubes. I've already been through hell with your username. The only person who's been through hell is Down Bad Dobby. And maybe, Grublin. Maybe Grublin. I don't know yet. I'll decide later. Look, same progress in an hour. The streamer's back. You guys thought it couldn't be done. Okay. I want more archers. I'm so broke. Now I can take off... Hold on. Now I can take off my fucking blanket. Now is the real time. You know? The dawn. Are you sure you want to send this message? I don't even know what's happening in my chat anymore. Are we alive in here? Are we hanging out? Hold on. Nice. Keep it up, crew. Oh, Mighty One. No, I gotta go. Filling out apps and playing Balatro. No, go ahead. Keep doing it, Vape Shop Gengar. Oh. I know you guys are at work, but it's different, you know? Vape Shop Gengar. What is this stream? This stream's just like, streamer, repeat the words you said in a fucked up way. Yeah, look. My communication skills sometimes are lackluster. But you know what? You understand me anyways. Like that meme, you know, like, I didn't say his name, but he popped into your head, didn't he? You know what I mean? Do a little funny voice for old time's sake. What's an old voice I haven't done in a while? I can't even remember one I've not done in a while. Mario? Yeah! Wah! Yahoo! Ooh, ah! If you could just hear one more impression. Yeah, yeah, yeah! Yeah, yeah, yeah! Mario! Are you performing again? Get out of there! Go. Mario, kill him! Come on. If I lose to a guy named General Gong, I'm gonna be mad. Kill. Okay. I'm gonna do this first try now, watch. Watch, first try. Kill. 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 Walk. This song kind of slaps. I like it. They're bullying an innocent snail. I can't get him. I need him out of the way. He's so slow. Kill. Kill. Come on, Snail. We gotta get this show on the road. Alright, here we go. Hearing a lot of kill, not empathy. Yeah, because you don't go to war and say, empathy! Empathy! Like you do kill, you know? Alright, I got it. I'm not murder streamer. I'm just playing your game. Okay. Can't believe Patapon made Romola so violent. It's in every human. Hey, thanks for the 41 months, Yubo. I really appreciate it. Pretty fun. Yeah. Fever. Fever. Me saying I'm sick in the morning. I don't want to go to school. Oh, fever. I'm tired of the fire. No more Family Guy jokes. Hey, fever. COVID. Yeah, it is sick. Get it? No! No! Fuck! Dude, it's because every time... I don't know if it's desynced or what. I always lose it after. I can't tell if I'm losing this because I get hit and it breaks the fever, or I'm genuinely just messing up. You know? Fuck, dude. I'm so broke. I see. Means you're a matching soul player. I don't even know what that means. The sun? Or are you talking about the world? Orbis? This game is a true Japanese PSP game. It's just grinding to get stronger. Yeah. It doesn't matter what game it is. Gotta grind. But you know what? I was a huge believer in the PSP. So I didn't even care. It's a feature to me. Kill. Keep going. No, it's not a gacha game. I don't play gacha games. Bury me with a PSP. I swear to God, Romola. You want me to go bury you with a PSP? Why not just, like, hold it? Bring a PSP, put it in your, like, your pocket at all times. I feel like the odds are, like, high that you'll be able to get buried with a PSP. PSP stands for pretty small penis. That's such a 2005 fucking joke. Well. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going. Yeah. ESP. Yu-Gi-Oh, you mean you gay ho? Beyblade, more like Gayblade. Oh, by the way, do you like fish sticks? You like fish sticks, dude? You saw this epic South Park episode, you love it. I'm pat upon him. It sounds like you said fish sticks. It's what is it? Environmental storytelling. All right. I'm annoyed that I was talking so much shit and I just died the same exact way as yesterday. Still holding on to ancient grudges. I am a petty person. I've never hid that. I've never hid that. No, you're not petty. No, I am petty, and I want to be petty. People don't want girls to be petty anymore. More petty than Tom, yeah, and I'm running down a dream. Didn't she time someone out yesterday because they didn't pay? No. I said time them out. And that's it. Which is a lot different. It wasn't for money, it was the principle of it. It was about the principle. Run. Yeah. You gotta take things one at a time. Get the snail out of the way. That's what I'm doing. Run. Kill. No way. I'd never support Microsoft. I'm done. I'm done with Microsoft. They've lost all their goodwill with me. Not that they had any anyways. When is the next tier list dropping? I don't know. Go. 200 more subs. I mean, if you guys want a tier list of socialists, that's just asking for problems. Go. I like why I oughta. Saw someone cross-post some divorced dad who said Trotsky caused World War I. I mean, like a lot of old, like, there's actually kind of a historical reason for that. I mean, I can summarize it. It's anti-Semitism, but that was very common around the era. All right, let's go. Like that's where Judeo-Bolshevism comes from, right? Like they basically said that communism is a Jewish conspiracy. And that's why they said, you know, Germany lost, and yeah. The last 2 years have been like... Hold on. I don't want to fuck this up. The last 2 years have shown me just how disappointing, like, people's thought process is for things like that. Like, most people now are, like, you know, very blatantly pro-Palestine. But even the fact that it kind of took, like, 2 years is kind of crazy to me. Not because I'm one of those people that are, like, you know, like, get on the, you know, you need to know as soon as I do. But more because all that information about it is, like, so readily available. Like, it's one of the, like, one of the more, like, documented things in history. Dude, isn't it crazy that I just bounced between... I bounced between answering a question about socialist tier list into discussing classical anti-Semitism into the fucking genocide ongoing. This is why my manager yells at me. Actually, well, she doesn't yell at me, ever, but... I just said it because I know you guys wanted to hear that. Okay. Where would I put Lenin? I mean, he'd be in the top 5. Top 3. Top 2. Tell your manager we said hello. I will. I like that you guys have a relationship with my manager purely through things I tell you when she's upset at me. Come on. I can't. I don't do that anymore. We don't live to cause trouble here. We live to be away from trouble. Kill Rock. No, it's just random, because, you know, like, whenever I talk about, like, history stuff, whenever I talk about stuff like this, I'm always, like, brutally reminded of how few people actually read the books themselves. Or, like, have read any pamphlets. That's the most, like, I feel like, honestly, any leftist online, there's probably one thing they didn't actually read themselves, and you could put them in a mix-up over it. You know? Back in the desert, I see. I forgot to save. I fucked up. That's why my name's Save. Yeah, I should save. Don't worry, I'll never forget now that my name is saved. God damn it, dude. I have so much sympathy for the people whose lives were ruined during the revolution. I don't understand what you mean by that. In Russia? I'm gonna do the Zigaton. Have you ever shit with your whole ass? I don't. What? Your whole ass? What's taking like a regular shit? Or like what's using like only half of your ass? No, I saved. I swear. I swear. This is where the phrase half-ass comes from? Oh! Kill. Kill. Run. It's raining. Yeah. Like in Full Metal Alchemist. The Huns are fucking up your shit. Yeah. Well, they're tough. They got horses. Come on. Are you a Brotherhood or O3 girly? I only watched the original. Which I've heard is like way worse than Brotherhood. Yeah, it's hard. It's because I don't have enough like archers. Don't die. I need you. Shield. Shield. Your shield wall is not holding up. Roman girl. Just wait. Wait until I get in the testudo though. Get ready. Okay. They said ciao. Go. Okay. Go. Okay, I'm ready. Who? Hold on. I'm curious in chat. Sorry, I got distracted. Who said they felt away during the revolution? I've never heard that before. Fuck. Come on. Dude, it's hard. It's hard to kill the horsey, man. No, you can't go home. Help! Hold the line. Keep going. Fuck! Okay. I think I'm gonna have to get more archers. The horsies are just too strong. I was learning about Russian history and grew to admire Nicholas II, not as a king, but as a dad. I don't really know how to reply to that, because he's not really a well-respected figure. Like, a lot of people forget that, like, it was a common occurrence that people with, like, peasants in villages would be orchestrating, like, pogroms at the behest of, like, well, basically the government pressured and enabled a lot of negativity surrounding them, right? Fuck, I gotta go back. So, like, that's one thing from that era that, like, a lot of people don't think about. And that's why the only recorded thing from Lenin is about, like, or one of the only things is about him discussing anti-Semitism. Because it was, like, a huge thing back then, right? So, like... Oh, you mean the family. I mean... That's also different. Family versus, like, Tsar. But I want to remind you also, like, regardless of how they died, like, you can directly blame, like, Yakov Sverdlov if you want. I would not. I would not at all. But still, like, I could see why you could say that. But, like, I don't know. The Tsar was, like, I don't know, not really a great guy. Like, even if you just think about the Russian Revolution, and then think about the first time all of the leftist parties were democratically elected, and the Tsar completely kicked them all out and usurped power from them illegally against what was blatantly everyone's wishes. You know? Yeah, he literally, he's a Tsar, right? So, hold on, I went to the wrong one. I need to go to the first one. Okay. Was red versus white really as brutal? Like the red versus the red versus white Civil War? Which one? Russia? Because, you know, Finland also had a white versus red civil war. I think Hungary did as well. There were quite a few regions. But it was brutal, not just because, like on the scale, but because there were so many, and I mean so many, like intruders, so to speak, into it. Like, obviously, I would never recommend using Wikipedia as a source, but if you want to understand what I mean, go look at the Russian Civil War page and look at the people involved. I mean, we can do that. I mean, I guess we'll do it later. As much as I'd like to talk about history right now. Is it true Rasputin was hanging dong? That's what they said. They were saying that back in the day. Okay. What happened? Oh, they're back. Okay. Let's go look at this. They keep Rasputin's CNBs on display. I don't know what that means, but it wouldn't surprise me. Hold on. Dude, look at this. Hold on. Like, one of the reasons why it was so brutal in particular, it was a very big war. Hold on. I mean, this is basically it. So the Bolsheviks were obviously like a lot of the, at first, the Unified Front, right? Hold on, I'm sorry, I need to mute this in the background because it's driving me crazy. It's driving me fucking crazy. Okay. So most of Russia, like the site past like Moscow, pretty much ended up being a part of the whites, right? But everything else, like the highly industrialized era, was the Bolsheviks, pretty much. When they started fighting, they were allied with the left SRs and the Ukrainian socialist, or the anarchists, the Ukrainian anarchists. I can't remember the name. Poland, Finland, Ukraine, Belarus, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, the Northern Caucasus, and I don't know how to pronounce this, Basmachi. Those were all regions that chose to have independence, with exceptions. Like Finland got to declare its own independence, but Poland did not. It had to fight for it. Ukraine, also kind of another thing. Finland is Russia's greatest enemy. I mean, not really. They're kind of like friendly. They're Russian anarchists, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they were the Russian anarchists. But basically, all that to say, I need what is this? I need stick. I need stick. I mean, Finnish people were under the control of the Russian Empire for a long time. Oh, I guess, yeah. Wait, no. I'm gonna go... Alright, good enough. Yeah, like, there are cases where, like, battles started over, like, really, like... I remember there was, like, a UK ship or garrison that wanted to go into Baku. And they let them, and then they, like started fighting in there as soon as they got in. Like, shit like that. Like, just, like, random, unrelated people starting shit. But, like, you know, it's the same as, like, when Napoleon was making everyone a republic. Like, everyone was teaming up against them because they were like, well, we don't want to lose. We don't want it to make it look like people can, you know, have this. No! Kill. Oh, Gadzooks. The horse is strong. It's rough. Kill. I'm gonna need a raise? For what? I'm sorry, I can't... I'm gonna be honest. I can't ever have anyone hired or funded or anything if they're speaking about the Tsar like that. I'm on... What is it? How do you guys speak about sports? I'm on England. You're Italy. Football. Football. Like actual football. Kill. No! I'm not a fan of that. Hold on. I'm gonna... Let me finish my war. Kill. Do a scrandal to prove you know sports? That should be illegal to say to me. They made it for me. I was the scrandal. It was me. You should pay sober Tom Miller for promoting a foil? What do you mean? We already have the lib in the chat, remember? You guys already forgot about Pancake. Fuck. We do have a couple. But it's okay. If you guys... We could do a Jubilee. I should start collecting liberals. Let's do it! Didn't Pancake get a new perspective because of you? I don't even know. I mean, I feel like most of the time when someone's like, oh, I'm a little liberal, my default response is immediately to start talking about history. So I just feel like it doesn't really narrow it down for me. What is a jubilee by definition? That's that shit they do when the queen's at like 80. Keep going. What about a Jeff Goldblum? I don't even remember what he sounds like. Politics are for people who don't want to feel like they left school. I'm a third-generation historian. I have brain problems. All right. Why aren't they cheering with me? Living in the most successful communist country of all time and saying you're a capitalist should be illegal? It's so funny. I think it's actually so funny. Like, it's low-key something I really like about Pancake.
Papaya.
Hold on, I'm gonna go fight Dodonga. Why can't I get meat? Alright, after this, I'm going to play the movie, okay? When did Pancake and Streamer get into politics? I mean, I talk about politics all the time. I don't know. I don't remember when I talked about it with Pancake in particular. It's there. I know, I'm so bad at that too. It'll be like the stupidest game ever, and someone will have like a slightly lib take, and I'll drop the game immediately and just be like, alright, listen, you're wrong. I hate that. I always look back and I'm like, oh my god, like I did the cyberpunk thing again. I remember that too during Killer 7. Oh my god. That's when I think I first said like the Palestine take, where I was like, this was like 2 years ago, and I was like, you know, anyone who has any remote understanding of history is pro-Palestine. And in the background, there's just an image of that, what's his name, Dan from Killer 7, like this the whole time, talking fucking Praxis. Dude, it was such a bad look. I know, I remember it to a T. There's a point in that VOD where I stare at like a character and just talk shit for like an hour. Is that why this stream is called The Great Filter? It's a little more complicated. I'll show you in a moment. I know, it's so sad that I was in the fucking fighting game community instead of like the quirky politics community. Because you know, I know there's a fan base of people out there who'd love to know I exist, but they don't know I exist, you know? I'm sure they're out there. They'd be like, whoa, streamer, like, let's talk liberalism. You need to collab with Hassan. I mean, I would. You could get the gaming refugees. Yeah, that's true. Maybe I should be like, hey, I'm like Hassan, but I actually game. You like politics, right? Well, here's a trophy I won. Being terrible impressions. It's not that bad. Okay. I do need to say, though, his Zelensky impression is one of the worst I've ever heard in my life. In like, and I say that with all respect. Like, all respect in my heart. Hello, Mr. President. Hello. It's so fucking bad. Hello, Mr. President. It's so lazy. He sounds like that, but he really doesn't. It's like my... I'm gonna be honest. It's just like my, It's just like, my Bernie Sanders, I think. I don't think my Bernie Sanders sounds like him, but it feels like him. You know what I mean? It feels like him. For a potential political tangent, what would it take to prevent lobbying from ever happening to a political system again? You're not gonna like this. They're called regulations. There's really nothing else to say besides, like, it's like a basic policy, like a bureaucratic policy that just, like, should have, you know, that should have been done. I don't want no handouts to these damn kids. Yeah, like, they need to do that shit like China. Dude, if you do evil corporate shit in China, they put your ass on the death penalty. I do not like the death penalty, but I won't lie, like, my mouth went agape a little. And I was like, fuck. But quietly, while shaking my head. But isn't it just evil corporate shit for the wrong party in China? I don't understand what that means. I'm neutral, borderline anarchist. Okay, that's all you had to tell me. Kill. Run. They're saying the corruption is accepted if it's convenient to the politicians in charge. Oh, I mean, absolutely. That is like... How do I describe this? I feel like whenever you discuss a socialist state, you always have to, like, preface things with the fact that, yes, bad things happen in the socialist state, but as a socialist... By the way, not even a socialist state. It's literally in capitalist transition. Right? The idea is, though, like... in America, they literally just don't do anything to you. Like, you, in America, like, they can just, the government can just be like, all right, we'll get you out of it, right? I don't like that. Even if it's people I do like. Or corporations I theoretically do like. You know what I mean? In my socialist utopia, there would be no corruption, you know? That's what I'm saying. And you could be a part of it too! If you wanna join the Romola stream. Yeah. A fine for the rich is a crime for the poor. I'm zoning. I'm zoning. So, like, yes, China has a lot of problems. They're just infinitely better than what we have. At least in China, they're getting households for their corruption. You know what we get? White people complaining about homeless people and the corruption. Yo. Romola, those houses aren't built. They're just used to pump money. I don't even... What do you mean? Are you talking... the development cities? What do you mean? They're central... They're a command economy, right? I don't understand what you guys are saying. Are you saying they fill houses? Or they make houses and don't use them? But isn't that just the, like, that's just from the command economy, is it not? Like, they just make everything in advance. I mean, I don't even want to do this, like... I don't even want to do this, like, you know, us versus them thing. Because that's not really what it's about either, you know? What I just mean is, like, all these states are just blueprints in the same way that the Soviet Union was a blueprint for a better socialist project. You know? Oops. I mean, I didn't know about it like that. When I know about the houses and stuff they construct, I thought that it was all from the fact that they run a command economy where the 5 to 10 to 15-year plans are building these towns and organized in areas in advance to fill them out, because they have that process of giving about 80%. Not 80%. Sorry, hold on. I need to kill this bug. Okay, good enough. Look. The chat turned into Yahoo Answers? What happened? Dude, how about we just watch the movie? Why don't we just watch the fuck... No, hold on, let me save. Okay, number one. Here's what I thought. I'm going to vomit. Okay. So, here's my understanding of how China makes these areas, right? They have things called 5, 10, 15-year plans, right? These are not dissimilar from how the Soviet Union did this or any command economy, right? These are plans that are essentially made to take over an entire region, right? Like a whole township basically. They construct a city from zero, right? When it's all complete and they have amenities and like, subway shit, all that stuff, they begin to lease out these houses, right? So you have a lease for 80 years in these contexts, right? So that's what I know of it as, where they build these houses, they build the systems surrounding them and the things combined with them. Uh and then it goes into the public housing field where you get to sign a lease for your land, right? And as far as I know, I've never heard of situations where the government has fought past that, because even that one story, right? There's that one story of the guy who didn't want his house demolished. Do you know what I'm talking about? The government was like, "Oh, we'll pay you more money to oh, that was in June this year. Where is this? What is it called? Eminent domain? Let's see. Yeah. Check this out. Dude, this is so like this is kind of what I think of, and this is why I never really understand this, because there are examples that are just like fucked, right? Like uh the Chinese government asks you if you will sell the land and they pay you above asking price. Or like let's say if you were in like a low income house, they would like tear it up sort of thing, right? So this one guy did not do it. He refused to accept it. And then look at what China did as a result. Look at this. A stubborn grandfather had a motorway built around his house in China after refusing to move despite being offered 180 euros in compensation. Dude, look at this shit. It is a city skylines. It's a city skylines build. Euros. Didn't I? Isn't that euros? Oh shit. It was not euros. That's not euros. You have built this in city skylines. Yeah, I did. Did I say 180? No, it is 180. Wait, no, it's 180,000. 180,000. You get it. Look, the point is, look at this shit, dude. They don't fuck around. Look at this. This is like the type of shit that I think of. I'm not saying they're like flawless. Like I'm not a fan of the Chinese approach to Marxism in all the ways, but I mean for what they're doing better than anything I've seen. Way better. We can't even get fucking doctors in North America, man. Much less anything else. But I mean, it's a given. I mean, I don't think they're I don't think trans stuff or queer rights in China is as advanced yet. But all that to say, if they did fix things up and they were like, "Hey, Ramola, we like you and we'd like you to go on our train here. Come over." I'd be like, "Yeah, let's go." How about you stop? How about you stop messing with those Uyghurs, though? You know. All right, you guys want to watch this movie? You guys ready to watch this movie? It's a special one. How about I make my own socialist utopia, and then it's just woke. What movie? It's a secret. It's a secret. You guys got to enjoy the secret. Yeah, Woketopia. No, buying an island is not good. Okay. This is a classic.
For my next experiment, ladies and gentlemen, I would appreciate the loan of any small personal object from your pocket. A key, a box of matches, a coin.
Key it is. Good, sir. Hold it up 10 feet over your head and watch out for the slightest hint of hanky-panky. And behold, before our very eyes, a transformation. We've changed your key
It's good.
into
It's
a
like
coin. What
Marxism.
happened to the key? It's been returned to you. Look closely, sir. You'll find the key back in your pocket. May we see it, please?
Up to your old tricks, I see.
Why not? I'm a charlatan. What's that, sir? Did I used to be a
Whoa.
magician? Sir, I'm still working.
Hold on, let me
on
get
it.
out of the way.
As for the key, it was not symbolic.
Romola
of
can't
anything.
talk without
This
her.
is the
Well,
back
yeah,
of
I
the whole
can.
ring. You'll find the coin now in your pocket, sir. Keep your eyes on that coin, sir, while it's returned to you as your key. Shall we return you to your mother? Is this your mother? No, of course not. Open your mouth wide. And we'll return you your money. By the way, have you ever heard of Robert Houdin? Speaking of magicians, I mean. No, of course not. But of course you do know my partner, Francois Reichenbach.
Hello.
Houdin was the greatest magician who ever lived. And do you know what he said?
What?
A magician, he said, is just an actor.
Well, good luck to you.
Just an actor, playing the part
Just
of
an
a
actor.
magician.
I mean, it is a watch party.
Very nice.
And she's fabulously rich, too. It's a good story about it.
Do you want to tell it?
We'll come to that one later. Now it's time for an
You
introduction.
guys like Bunny? Look, Bunny. Bunny.
Ladies and gentlemen, by way of introduction, this is a film about trickery and fraud, about lies. Tell it by the fireside or in a marketplace or in a movie. Almost any story is almost certainly some kind of lie. But not this time. No, this is a promise. During the next hour, everything you'll hear from us is really true and based on solid facts.
You don't talk about Napoleon or Julius Caesar. You're talking about Elmira.
Elmire?
Elmire?
Who is Elmire? That question has yet to be answered with any
How
real
funny would it be if I just fell asleep on stream and you guys never found out?
Anybody wants to eat?
In the world of the jet setters among us beautiful people, everybody knows Elmire. But Elmire what?
He has about 60 times the same name.
Dehori?
He's called his name Ori, Uri, Bori, Suri, Kori, Bari, Dori, all the... With
She's deaf getting the pen. I was thinking about
His
it.
real name was Elmire Ferenc Huffman.
No, I'm not.
60
I'm not.
personalities, as much lies and as much real.
Yeah. 7 hours
very
straight where there's
Jesuit.
no audio but past 2 hours.
Yes, his world is a world of make-believe.
I'm not an actor.
Not an actor. Elmire.
I'm not an actor. I am not a professional actor.
He's a leading actor in this movie. His profession, it's true, is
It's
painting,
cool,
painting
right?
fakes.
This is
Among
cool,
all
right?
fakers, Elmire,
We love
he's
Orson
number two.
Welles.
Once I saw a man from Ibiza writing a book on fake who came to see me to Paris. He said, I heard you are the first man who bought an Elmire.
That man's name was...
Clifford Irving.
Absolutely wrong.
The important distinction to make when you're talking about
Nobody can sleep when Orson Welles is talking.
genuine quality of a painting is not so much whether it's a real painting or a fake. It's whether it's a good fake or a bad fake.
I actually saw Resident Sleeper happen live. That's crazy. Imagine being there when you saw the guy fall asleep on stream. That must have been crazy. Like, not how many people can say that? The guy that's known for being asleep on stream, I was there when he was asleep on stream. Humana, humana. Ah cha cha cha. Romola watching F is for fake because Citizen Kane is too auteur. Come on. This is just more my style. It's an art. It's about art. Look. Everyone's friend. How far in is this? Like 5 minutes. About copied art. I mean, it's important to know about art.
Her name is Oya. Oya Koda. And this, by the way, is from quite another film. A sequence on the fine outdoor sport of girl watching.
Girl watching.
Now, a sneaky crew of cameramen hidden away in camouflage trucks and packing boxes arranged for her to act for them. To act as bait. You see how it worked. The entire cast, all the performers, except one, acting away like crazy for us without getting paid for it, without even knowing they were movie actors. Simple larceny. Well, maybe not simple. That year, nothing was simple. Least of all the larceny. Now, in this little gag, Lawrence Harvey, our leading man from yet another movie, couldn't arrange space for Miss Koda on a plane. Well, there's no room in this movie to tell you why in that other one we squeezed Miss Koda into a more convenient size for traveling by a magical illusion.
But you really must believe that what comes afterwards is solid fact.
Yes, After this bit of hocus pocus, the next thing we heard
Hocus
about her was
pocus.
not as an actress.
Why does no
but
one
as the
say that
leading
anymore?
figure
Hocus
in a
pocus?
notorious swindle. I took another plane, grew another beard, made another movie, and well before Miss Coda... We'll leave Miss Coda aside for the moment. But in case that mumbo-jumbo
They
might
killed
make
her.
it seem that there's going to be some trickery in this film about trickery, we'll repeat our promise in writing. The girl watching was evidence of how much of all this was filmed in blissful ignorance of the facts about some of the various characters who found their way in front of our cameras.
Clifford Irving told the story in the book.
Maybe. Well, by now you understand, I'd fallen in with Francois. And on the island of Ibiza, we'd fallen smack into the biggest series of scandals in the whole history
I
of
mean,
hoaxing.
Patapon. This is like
It was a pretty queer
Patapon.
experience to start
like,
making yet another
movies.
movie and end up making yet another with a storyline rotten with coincidence. For instance, that the author of Fake, a book about a faker, was himself a faker and the author of a fake to end all fakes, and that he must have been cooking it up when we were filming him. Well,
Quiet, please. Edith Irving.
Sometimes the things Orson Welles
You've known Elmer
says,
longer than anyone else on
you
this
know
island.
he's just
Do you really
winging
believe
it.
he did all those fakes?
But he's like, I like the
I
feeling
really
of what's
don't
coming out of my
sorry,
mouth
I've been
right now.
jumping around like this because that's the way it was.
Clifford Irving. Take two.
Let's pull ourselves together if we can and begin at the beginning. Now, on this tablecloth, which is decorated with a map, is where everything which I've just loused up with some wine, but I understand wine brings good luck.
This is
Right
starting to feel like
here.
Fate Stay Night
we-
to me.
Use a little luck anywhere. And here is
A little.
Market Inn. On this tiny island is where the two great hoaxes were hatched. Ibiza. One island. Two Ibizas. The serious, indeed the very sober part is part of Spain. And the other, an island in the sun, Life magazine calls it, where restless souls may find each other.
I'm excited to see
The
more of
restless
Orson
souls
Welles'
being, I guess,
wardrobe.
Cliff Irving
throughout this
over
movie.
there, and Elmire. Coincidence number one, that these two world leaders in fakery operated quite separately on the same tiny island.
That's Mrs. Irving. Elmire and Mrs. Irving.
Clifford Irving, who declared that he himself had delivered to Howard Hughes for his aides the $250,000 publisher's advance, suddenly confessed today that Mrs. Irving is the same Helga R. Hughes, wanted by the police.
I just want to say I have zero idea what's going on.
If Clifford
Hold on.
dragged Edith into this, said Elmire, I
Hold on,
spit
can someone
his face.
read this?
This was later, of course, when everything was finally hanging out, or as much of it as I guess any of us will ever get to see. And then we had to stop these moviolas, use them as time machines, and then roll back and come in again. So the days when Clifford Irving, as far as any of us knew,
Okay.
was just a researcher into someone else's fakery.
Enough of the truth, Clifford. We'd like to ask you a few questions.
My personal feelings about Elmire are very mixed. He has developed a fiction about his life, and to destroy that fiction would tear down the whole castle that he's built.
We're just watching
Of his
Orson Welles
illusions.
do a prototype
The illusion,
nostalgia
for example,
critic.
that
That's
he has
so
not broken
fucked
any
up.
law.
As long as
He's
people
doing it
enjoy
better.
It gives them pleasure. Why shouldn't they have it?
The illusion that the world has always
Because at least he's
taken
slaying,
advantage of
you
him.
know?
Why they shouldn't have it?
Like, it's
If you were
Christmas.
to put it to Elmire that he had taken advantage of the world, that he had cheated people,
Can
he'd be horrified.
credit
These
card?
two have made each other famous. They have much in common. One of them is talent. Well, let's start again. Patch this film together. We'll try to patch together Elmire's version of this story.
I came to Ibiza in 1959 after I found certain aspects of my life in America becoming too difficult. I wandered around Europe, for a time. I eventually came here. I liked life here. I liked the island. I liked the atmosphere. I liked the people. And so I decided that is the
1970s
place
YouTube
where I want
group.
to settle. The island is
This is kind of like
simpatico.
no,
as they
it's
say in
art. It's not a
Chinese.
shitpost. It's
And
art.
There is always a group of interesting people here.
This is so on brand for you. What do you mean?
I find the people amusing. Sandy, come and say something witty. Ibiza is not a place of snobbish society. That's not London. It's not Paris.
YouTube
it's
poops
not
are art
Omaha.
streamer. I can
It
see
is,
that.
Ibiza, and that's the charm of Ibiza, and that's what makes Ibiza why we like to live here. Ibiza is Ibiza, and here people who themselves, doing rather strange things all the time, So
No, this
there shouldn't
movie's
be
not a
any
joke. It's art.
and everybody minds everybody else's business. Very intense.
No more dissing Orson
Several
Welles,
months ago.
or else he's gonna come back.
I read an article about Elmire de Horry, and I was so impressed that I decided to come from Minnesota to Ibiza in the hope of meeting Elmire, and now I've become his bodyguard.
That's Mark speaking, Elmire's friend. He takes his duties seriously. Elmire himself swears that he goes in daily dread of being murdered. This takes us into murky waters, where the lawyers tell us we'd be rash to go fishing. In Fake, there's just a hint or two about this violence and danger, as a result of which Irving, on top of all his other troubles, is
Such a
being
good
sued for
freeze frame.
$55 million worth of slander. Interesting question. Is Clifford Irving being sued for telling the truth?
What makes a
This is,
slight
you know what it
difference.
is?
Well,
This
you can
game
buy
could
the
have been,
notion that
this could have been a great Sega CD game. Like to a T.
Elmire, then I guess you can keep
It was
right
really
on
20
through
years
the
too
looking
early.
glass and believe that his book about Elmire is a pack of lies.
I'm sorry, lie about what?
That Fake is a fake, and Elmire himself is a fake faker.
Fake fakes.
Fake nothing. Elmire's a true faker. Here, for instance, is a Van Dungen by Elmire. Van Dungen studied it carefully and then swore that he painted it himself.
He's now known as the greatest art forger in the world.
Well, I don't admit it.
We got a forger on our
He's
hand.
scared. I mean, there could be a jail sentence hanging over his head.
Elmire, cries a French newspaper, has sold his soul to the devil. They said that about a wizard of the fiddle. Elmire's another wizard of another sort of fiddle. A true Paganini of the palate.
It's no wonder that a faker like Elmire can get away with it for 22 years.
If you hang them in a museum in a collection, great paintings, and if they hang long enough there, they become real.
Because there's always a market for it.
How much is that drawing worth in the market today?
Probably around 80
I guess it's a movie where
$10,000.
Orson dubbed over.
To my knowledge, he has never
He is
made a
actually
mistake when identifying a painting.
the director.
What period is that,
I think he
Matisse?
wrote the script. And, I mean, he
feel
stars in
that
it.
When he looks at a
This
painting
is his
of
baby.
Matisse or Chagall and says, "That's mine, I did it," he is always right.
Elmire. There's just no way of talking about Elmire and leaving out Cliff Irving. Not any longer.
This is him money
Right at the
laundering.
finish. Elmire plays a very important role in his biographer's own story. Now, just here, of course, he's stage center.
Willkommen.
And Irving, who I'll have to admit is a much better magician than I am, has yet to transform himself before our very eyes into a superstar.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
François,
It's the
you know, we
70s.
talk
It
about
could
your
be.
shirt, Rashida. It was indecently ugly. I can assure you. Ces fleurs, elle est venue m'apporter les fleurs cet
I
après-midi.
must tell you something. I went to the airport today, picked up a copy of the London Daily Express, and there was an article.
Remember when dudes used to
a
sound
man
like
who holds
this?
the art world to ransom. Sitting in the sunny studio.
Ça vient dans le
And then it goes on
Daily
to tell the
Express.
story of
It's
how I
about
took
the
the
museum.
Modigliani to the Metropolitan Museum of
Museum.
Art.
There's a big article. It's profound embarrassment to them all. Elmire is a profound embarrassment to them all. Il est un embarrassement profond à tout le monde de l'art.
The art world, as it were, has been a huge confidence trigger.
Expose the man who holds the art world at rents.
Sitting in the sunny studio of a
Fantastic.
60,000-pound villa on the Mediterranean island of Ibiza, it took Elmire Dori Boutin, the world's greatest art forger, just 1 hour to draw an original Modigliani.
Today, on a sale, would bring somewhere around $15,000.
There was really no time when he ever could have done it, and also as
It's art.
man, how I knew him.
You
it
guys
was all
stop
much
thinking about
more
the other
joke.
lady
The
from
world has
earlier.
yet to hear a word about that wig she wore in the Swiss bank. There hasn't been a breath about funny passports or phony signatures, and here's Edith telling Clifford Irving that she can't believe Elmire had anything to do with fakery.
Therefore, I never could think or will
this
even
was how
think
he
now that
money
he sat
laundered.
down and did those paintings.
It's a good drawing.
If he did it, my compliment.
Should we burn it?
And
Should
I
we
only
burn
hope there
it?
are more people who do them.
Irving's book about Elmire is the story of a man of talent taking the mickey out of those who had rejected him, translating disappointments into a gigantic
I've never heard
joke.
that. Taking the mickey?
You think I should keep it for my old age?
Is that like an old ass like saying?
All right, I will. So I put it back
Monkey.
in.
You're a painter. Why do you want people to do fakes?
Because the fakes are as good as the real ones, and there's a market and there's a demand.
If you didn't have an art market, then fakers could not exist.
Oh, I see.
So, more the better, no?
If you say so.
Now, here's another little coincidence. A peculiar moment during a lunch party.
In Switzerland, checks are not accepted. You pay cash on the table. That's Switzerland. You are Swiss, and you know it.
If you did those paintings, my compliments, and I only think it's a pity that there are not more people like you.
That is a Northern Lion bit.
Doesn't exist again.
Mrs. Irving now.
They don't
claims
even
Mr.
take
Hughes himself
cards.
Asked Mrs. Irving to deposit the money in a Swiss bank and then draw it out. The manuscript itself, however, he maintains is genuine.
I've known Elmire for about 8 years. We met when I was broke. When I was
Why are
writing
the
fiction.
subtitles in French? I don't
Wasn't
know.
selling
They're
it
just,
very well.
they're just in French.
His fiction didn't sell.
Hold on, where do we check
Elmire's
this?
biographer is a highly gifted writer.
I
Does
mean,
it
sorry,
say
you want
something
the
for this age of
auto-generated?
ours that he could only make it big by fakery?
Je crois.
That a hoax has made him the most famous
I
writer
just thought
in the
you
world?
guys spoke French.
Grande surprise.
Cliff Irving's caper may well be the hoax of the century, but really this is not, you know, in any way the century of the hoax. We hanky-panky men have always been with you.
We
That's a fact.
hanky-panky
What's
men.
new? Are they
The experts.
the experts?
The so-called experts,
Monkeys.
Experts are the new oracles.
who are greatly pretentious,
They speak to us with the absolute authority of the computer.
pretend to know something, but they only know very superficially.
And we bow down before them. They're God's own gift to the faker.
All the world loves to see the experts and the establishment made a fool of.
Let's say we could find a Modigliani made by
This is just YouTube video essays.
Modigliani
Yeah, but it's
by
Orson
Elmire.
Welles, so it's cool.
and one Modigliani by Modigliani.
You are
It could
watching
be
the
any
anti-vax
from
movement being
Knoedler,
Is that a
Peirce,
monkey?
or any of the great
Yes.
ones who consider themselves great and experts. And if any of them recognize which one is which,
And if the lawyers would just let us, we could name you one highly respected museum which boasts of an important collection of post-impressionists, every single one of which was painted by Elmire.
Elmire, as the great faker of the 20th century, becomes a modern folk hero for the rest of us.
What's
who
Here's
have
a
bit of
question
loss
for
in
you to think
ourselves,
about. If
but
people
simply don't
enjoy
have
the
the
fake
courage and the
thing,
opportunity
does
to
it matter who made the
express
original thing
When you wrote his
if the
biography,
consumption is purely
You don't
through
think you have been a
the
little hard on
external?
him?
some people
you
even
know,
said, after I did read the book
monkey.
of Clifford Irving about you, I like you even more than before. You exploded the myth of the infallibility of the art dealers and museum directors.
I'm
and
eating
that
hot
we
chicken and my mouth is
expose
burning
their
watching this
crookedness,
nonsense.
Their evilness and
Oh, my face when?
I went round to the art galleries. Not with my book, but with
Yeah,
a catalog
that's what
which
you should
included a
think
great many
about. Does
paintings
originality have
that have been
intrinsic
sold
value?
over the past few years. In this catalog was this Modigliani, which is a Modigliani by Elmire.
He worked very little, he died very early, so if they added to fewer paintings or fewer drawings, it's not going to destroy his oeuvre.
I would say this is a fake, and the
You're just making
art
the
gallery
AI
would say,
argument.
well, yes, of course.
Yeah,
you can
I
see it's
know.
a fake, because
That's why I
Modigliani
was thinking
never
of this
had
movie.
drawn the line of the
This
arm
this
parallel to
movie
the
is
line of the
like
dress that
it's
way,
from like
and the
50
background is very badly done, and the
2-3
signatures
years
are wrong.
ago, but
In the
it's
next
so
gallery,
relevant for
I
the
would
modern day
show
still.
them this Modigliani in the catalog and say, that's a genuine Modigliani.
Possibly, yes.
And they would look at it and say, well, yes, you can see it's one of his finest Modiglianis. It's a portrait of Mademoiselle Eboutin, and we know it very well, and it's reproduced everywhere. After that,
Monkey.
I must say I lost my faith in the concept of expertise.
I don't feel bad for Modigliani, I feel good for me.
You name him, he paints them. Do you Doofy, Van Dongen, Derain, Brock, Bonnat, Vlaminck? Would you like a nice Matisse?
Many
This is
of
F
these
for
drawings
Fate by
are
Orson Welles.
very weak. Matisse' lines were never that sure as mine. He was
Yeah, does originally have value? Remember this question next time you say, Germ a bit, Germ a bit. Germ already did it.
And a little more. It wasn't as flowing, it wasn't as sure as mine. I had to hesitate. To
So
make
you're
it
saying
more
you're not
Matisse-like.
original? No, I am original.
Hey, well, I
I'm
would
just,
like to see
I'm just
any
like, I don't know. I'm kind of like,
expert or any museum director or any art dealer would know which one is a Matisse and which one is by Elmire. And I'm ready to accept the challenge.
you're showing this as
One
propaganda to
nod from an
excuse your
expert,
bit
and that
stealing.
piece of canvas would be worth maybe a couple of $100,000. And now,
No.
with your permission, a bit of verse
I just
by Kipling.
wanted to see Orson Welles' money laundering movie. That's all it is, you know?
When first the flush of a newborn sun fell on the green and gold, our father Adam sat under the tree and scratched with a stick in the mold.
Look.
And the first rude sketch that the world had seen was joy to his mighty heart, till the devil whispered behind the leaves. It's pretty.
It's
But
pretty.
is it art?
It's pretty, but is it art? Well, how is it valued?
The value depends on opinion. Opinion depends on the experts. A faker like Elmire makes fools of the experts, so who's the expert? Who's the faker?
I know one thing. I never offered a painting or a drawing to a museum who
The
did
truth fiction guy from Star
that
Trek? Yeah.
never refused one.
Not this time.
Never.
What's he up to now? This isn't a forgery. No, not this time. This is a portrait.
Not this time.
By
See, he said it too.
Of another famous art forger.
Michel-Ange.
Michelangelo. Well, that's signed. I must say I'm honored. My signature, forged by Elmire, on a real Elmire, is really something. You know, art forgery used to be admired as an art. And though Michelangelo even used smoke on some of his fakes to antique them, like some of the rest of us, he finally went straight.
Is that the guy from Disco Elysium? Yeah, he is.
Elmire, reformed and exposed in the reverse order, was till just recently the island's #1 celebrity. But now the crown has passed from the old emperor of the hoax to the pretender.
Tomorrow, the party is a big
Foo
party.
Fighter.
So don't miss it tomorrow at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
The ex-grandmaster of fakery not only unmasked, but eclipsed by his own biographer, is putting a brave
I know, the
face
belt is so loud. I
giving
was
another
thinking that
party.
too.
David,
And
I
here,
come to invite you for a big party.
yet another painter from Ibiza. Life hired him to illustrate the tale as Irving told it.
Nice to see you. Great.
David.
I love the man.
This is his impression based
More
on
men
Irving's
should have
report
persons.
of that secret meeting on the Mexican
It's a
pyramid
look.
with Howard Hughes. Here's
And
how
it makes
supposed to have
people look
looked
in a good way.
based on Irving's reports of those secret meetings, which in fact never happened. But who
Just
cared
got
about
back from
facts?
the Rent
Was
Fair.
Mr. Hughes a vegetable, a spook, a gibbering lunatic? Was his hair down to his knees? Were his fingernails 9 inches long? Did Howard Hughes exist? Irving insisted that he did. Hughes denied the existence of Irving.
No, I never saw him. I never even heard of him.
Don't believe a word of it, said Irving. Believe it or not, almost nobody did. Why, they were partners, Hughes and Irving, said Irving. They were doing a book together, now the Hughes
I love
mystery
shit
would be
like this so
solved.
much.
Now, of course, Irving knew very well that whatever made Hughes a mystery was whatever made Hughes himself a born mystery maker. Here in the smoggy wonderland of Hollywood is where I last saw him to talk to. That was 5 o'clock in the morning, 25 years ago. And I found him, as usual, very bright and pleasant and polite. When others, like most of the Hughes legends, is just something you hear and nothing you can prove. But for what it's worth, it seems
God, look
that
at this
hotel
outfit.
bungalow was supposedly the HQ of that rather spooky brigade of midnight minions we used to call Howard's
He is
secret
great to
police.
talk to. Or he's great to listen to.
Well, that's where that
Not
tree
talk
comes
to.
in.
He's dead.
Just precisely there.
I don't know if you guys knew
1:30
that.
every
He's
morning
dead.
for who
He's
knows how
been
many
dead.
years, some chosen operative placed at precisely the same angle a small and very carefully wrapped package. Howard Hughes in his nocturnal wanderings never once paused there, but it was always ready for him, in case he should.
Yeah, you know, Orson Welles. You know,
mystery
Orson
package
Welles. I
contained?
gotta tell you guys, it's great talking to
A
you.
ham sandwich.
How can we believe that is true?
Francois was referring, of course, to Elmire, but about Hughes. Well, who could blame Cliff Irving for believing that Hughes himself wanted us to believe almost anything? Look where we are now. When the old Hollywood swinger turned hermit, this is the hermitage he picked, his hideaway, his desert retreat. The desert had retreated first, of course, to make room for the slot machines.
I don't
and the
like
craft tables.
Vegas.
Then came Hughes. He chased out or bought off most of the mafia, bought up most of the hotels, and settled down up there in a few rooms on the top floor of that one. And all through the long years, not a
It is the
shadow was
worst
seen
city in the
moving
U.S. That's such a good way to describe it.
The good people of Las Vegas kept their eyes peeled, saw nothing, and believed everything they told each other. More than one.
How to describe this writing? Art. Is it true our sub money goes here? It could.
Promenading this highway with no socks on and wearing, instead of shoes, a pair of empty Kleenex boxes. Do I believe that?
But people pretend to be shocked and they like to be shocked, you know. It's in their nature, it's in human nature, you know.
What was he doing up there? What were they doing to him? He broke his silence.
This is like a cutscene you'd see in Persona when
Cry
your
for
character
help.
had to go to sleep early because it was a story night.
Well, if Hughes couldn't speak or wouldn't, then somebody, and why not Clifford Irving, could do the speaking for him. Nobody got near the man. Just a tiny band of mystery Mormons were admitted to his presence. Even high
Mystery
executives
Mormons.
in the Hughes empire never so much as laid eyes on him. One man alone laid claim to having made it into that fortress, and you can guess who that was. How had Irving got to Hughes in the first place? Simple, said Irving. He just mailed him a copy of Fate with a friendly, sincere dedication, and the partnership was formed. Well, if you can believe the ham sandwich and the Kleenex boxes, I guess you can.
Hello? Sorry, my internet had a hiccup. I'm back. All right, I'm back. Hello? May have to refresh. May have to refresh. Just a warning. Sorry, I had an internet hiccup. My internet was like, please don't. And then I replugged my Ethernet cord. I went back a little bit since we missed a bit. Oh, thanks for the 41 months, Renflower. I really appreciate it. We were just catching up.
He's on television, and a committee of journalists are interviewing
I'm
his
back.
voice.
Rusty's back. You know, I gotta say really fast, just before we continue. It's crazy that my GPU that I've waterboarded is like one of the most well-known things from my stream. The name of my GPU. That's all I wanted to say.
Stretching of the imagination, as this yarn has turned out to be.
Now remember how this went. Irving announced that Hughes had decided that Irving was just the writer he could
It's the
trust.
number one bit of this year,
Not only
yeah.
with his book, but with the money for it. And this involved an advance of some $750,000. And he had notes, memos, and manuscripts. And what he claimed was Hughes' own handwriting to prove it. And now they brought in the handwriting experts. Now just here, Irving should have been feeling a bit nervous. Maybe he was just as cool as he acted, remembering what he'd learned from the old maestro himself. Elmire was a good teacher, if only by example, and his most valuable lesson was this: don't be spooked by the experts.
Well, my opinion about expert is that it's something far
Aren't
too
GPUs going to get more
overestimated.
expensive?
It's a
Probably.
exist.
I'm going to be with Rusty for the next 5 years.
It should not exist that one single person makes a decision about what's good or what's bad.
Sure enough, after much study and analysis, the experts on handwriting handed in their verdict. The forgeries were genuine. The proof, and I quote, was irresistible, unanswerable, and overwhelming. Thus, Irving's
Irresistible.
papers, like Elmire's paintings, were authenticated.
I wanted to find out what it was really like to try and get an expertise on a fake. And I asked Elmire to do 3 drawings for me, 2 Matisse and a
The
Modigliani,
experts are not
which he
so
did
expert.
before lunch, and put a little coffee stain on the edge of the Modigliani to make it look really as if Modigliani had done it in some Paris cafe. I then took the 3 drawings to the Museum of Modern Art. The museum examined them for 2 hours and came back with the verdict that they were absolutely genuine, and in fact were horrified that I wanted to sell them.
But that's a true story. The story is absolutely true. Well, Mr. Irving pretends that he destroyed them. I don't think so. Mr. Irving's character is exactly a character who would destroy something that he got an offer of 15,000.
This is a big
I think
Joel
it's a nice
essay.
security in a bank vault that could be unwrapped in 15 years again.
All the tales he tells now are things that he has built up in his imagination over the years and come to believe as true.
The tale is as old as the Eden tree and new as the new-cut tooth, for each man knows in his lip that
God
grows.
damn.
He is master of art and truth.
This created in him, I think, the ability to live, I hesitate to say a criminal life, because I don't think of him as a criminal.
On y soit qui m'y pense.
As he doesn't think of himself as a criminal.
To fool once in a while somebody very, very
Who is that?
pompous and somebody very
Orson Welles.
pretentious that I like.
Now that it's out in the open, that the world knows who Elmire is and what he's done.
I'm not
And
going to
now
lie,
Elmire
that guy
accepts it
really
and
does
says
look like a
to the
Disco
world,
Elysium
yes, it's
character.
me. I am the great art forger of the 20th century. Now I think he can recapture that personal honesty.
Goodbye, Baptiste.
I think Elmire's problem for years, and the reason
Looks like
why
the
he could
edited
not succeed
Sadie
as a painter in
Vance.
his own right, was that the type of life he led prohibited him from
A
having
little,
personal
yeah.
vision.
And each man hears as the
I'm
twilight
weird.
nears to the
Weird,
beat
I'm
of his
weird.
dying heart. The devil drum on
Orson
the
Welles
darkened
says
pane.
F is for fake. And I just don't think
It's
that's
pretty.
that's true.
But was
Let
it?
me explain. Part 1.
Art, take 2.
F4.
When an artist has no personal vision, What can he communicate onto the canvas?
Sans les devant, derrière, pas...
I think him. He looks like a Disco Elysium character. Him. No,
It's
not
pretty.
him.
But is it rare? Lots of
Not him.
oysters, only a few pearls. Rarity. The chief cause and
No, not Orson
encouragement
Welles
of
either.
fakery and phoniness
He does not
in
look
everything,
like-
even what we're
he
given
does not
to
look
eat.
like him at
Awful lot
all.
of forgeries committed these days.
He
in the
I don't
kitchen.
even know how to
Oh, yeah?
describe Orson Welles in this. Undertaker?
Seafood isn't phony in here, thank God. You can take the word of an expert. 3 friends from the old days who used to eat here
Yes, he's
were
wearing
real
a cape.
painters. Jean Cocteau, the poet and filmmaker. Well, you might call him a Monday painter. Drew the picture on
He's
the menu
really in
and
this
signed his name,
French
as you know, to a whole
restaurant
epoch. Here on the walls
with
are
a
samples of the
cape
famous
on.
charm of Christian Berard, baby as we called it. And speaking of charm, here's
He's
Vertage,
taking
all
your ass
rounders.
back to the
Vertage
Frankish Empire,
had to
dude.
be charming. He was Hungarian. He started his career, and he told me this
He
right
was
here at
charming.
this
He was
table.
Hungarian.
As a charlatan, I painted fake masterpieces. I began, he said, as Lautrec.
A woman, a titled English woman, walked in one day to my room and she saw on a wall, pinned on a wall, a drawing. I say, hey, where you got that Picasso? I say, well,
Whoa.
do you think it's a Picasso?
And there was this art dealer. I won't give you his name. Turning down everything I showed.
It's
you.
art,
This
it's
is
okay.
British speaking. When something caught his eye. Where did you get that? He said. That nice little Lautrec.
It's
I told him
Orson
it was
Welles.
A very
It's
nice
okay.
little Vertage. I'll take the Lautrec, you said. And if you happen to find any more, bring them in.
He said, would you sell it? I said, well, delighted. And I suddenly realized I can sell something absolutely unexpectedly for quite great deal of money in a time when I was unable, but absolutely unable to sell any of my paintings.
God, I love
How could
this
you
so
blame
much.
me? I had no money in
This
my
is
pocket,
some
no socks
true
in my shoes,
snobby
no real
shit.
painting style of my own.
Even the amount of $5 meant that am I going to eat, I don't mean in grand vefour, but to eat.
Avec toujours les excellentes huîtres, avec toute leur garniture, les coquillages.
I would like to see that poor Hungarian refugee who would have resisted of that temptation.
Well, Vertage didn't either. Like all Hungarians, he told the best Hungarian jokes. The omelet, you know that, don't you? Sure, it's a classic. An omelet. It's in our Hungarian cookbook. To make an omelet, it says, first,
Yeah, Hungarian
steal
was
an egg.
charming.
Naturally. To be Hungarian
He told
is
the
not a
best
nationality, it's a
Hungarian
profession.
But the truth about Hungarians, which they do try to cover up, is that they're not any more crooked than the rest of us. But not the way they like to tell it. Of all the Hungarian friends I've ever had, I can't remember one who didn't want me to think of him as a king of con men. As for this Hungarian's own tales of his own lurid past, they don't, according to his biographer, jibe exactly with versions of the same events as told by certain art dealers.
I do think art dealers are crooked.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I put it to you that between such witnesses, your choice to phrase it nicely is not easy.
Even if Clifford Irving mentions in his book that I must insist that I never sell to privates.
Some friend of mine say you should buy a fantastic drawing that own a refugee de
I
Budapest.
thought he was going to say Fantastic Four.
We want to sell 10 Modigliani and 10 Matisse.
At the time when I sold it to François Reichmann, he was not a movie director.
Imagine
he
if
was
these
an
people were
art
just having lunch and
dealer.
Orson just showed up and beside the middle of the table. Let me fucking
because they were
say.
to sell for $200. That's
And he just comes in being like, all great. All
Our whole
great
story really starts,
gunmen
you know,
are
with two famous
Hungarian.
collections of paintings. One belonged to the Reichenbachs. and
That
was
would be
real.
so
The other,
fucking
Elmer
weird.
was supposed to have smuggled
Ah,
out
the
Hungary from his family.
Hungarians.
That's a complete fabrication. I can tell you exactly who he was. After the book was published, I got a letter from a man who had known him in a concentration camp in Hungary. And he said he was not from the aristocracy, but that he was from a normal lower middle class home. And since then has refused to discuss it. just evades the subject whenever it's brought up.
And it's terribly convenient beside everything else.
Francois bought some of Elmire's paintings and sold them again in his art gallery for a couple of fast bucks.
Double of price.
You sold them for double what you bought them for.
I think the monkey has been the focus of more shots
for the
than
drawings.
the owner of the monkey.
He sold it
you
already
know?
before he paid me.
Then the third year, I went back and he came to see me. He said,
But
"Oh,
that's
you're
okay.
Modigliani." I stood a little suspicious. So many.
Elmire said he has more.
More. But you see, last time
You thought maybe that's a little
much.
too many.
Too many. Because the last time he says, my last one taken. Then when he had others, I said, where they come from, but I didn't try to investigate too much. But I kept
Why
it
didn't you?
like everyone. Because they were very...
That was
I didn't
not
want
that
to-
funny.
You didn't
That
want
was
to
not
know.
that funny.
Too much. The year after, he called me, he said, I have 3 more.
Three
I
more
said-
Modigliani.
I say, I've already 10 in my room.
Orson
I'm
is
a collector
drunk
of
as
Modigliani, and of course, if you had a portrait de Soutine, I love so much Soutine.
Yeah, but why did you want a portrait of Soutine?
Because I like Soutine.
I see.
And I asked to Elmire if you had one. He said, I don't have any Soutine by Modigliani. Why?
Soutine was a friend of Modigliani.
Exactly.
You asked him if he had
He said, I don't have it. I said, then keep your 3 of others, even if they were very cheap.
You
They were
don't
the
want-
double price, but they were still very cheap. Then during the night, he called me. He said, Francois, you are a genius. You guessed I had one. And how could you know? I
He's
found
so
one in my
fucking
drawer, a beautiful portrait de Soutine par Modigliani.
Now that's something else again, what I'm doing here. That is Picasso.
And now the scene changes from New York to Pamplona. This deep in the Hemingway country, you might not expect to find Elmire.
And he said, I'm going to reimburse you. I said, what are you going to
Reimburse you for what?
For the fake I sold you.
Yeah, but you made a lot of money on
Yes,
it.
but he didn't know. He said, and you know what he did? He gave me a check, and the check had no
And a
money in
kiss.
the bank.
He gave you a false check
Yes.
for a false payment.
Yes.
It's a certain justice.
Ooh, he pulled out the friend.
It's a fact of record that art dealers. Would you take this away, please, and bring me this steak au poivre? Thanks a lot.
It really,
That art
it is
dealers, either
just popped it in the
ignorance,
middle of like dinner.
Innocence or simple greed have made themselves fortunes on the paintings of Elmire.
I have not the vaguest idea the money.
I have not the
Those
vaguest
paintings
idea.
must have been pretty good, or the dealers must have been pretty bad.
Bring me
I
the
could
steak,
not
please.
estimate it.
Anyways,
10
continues on
million,
my documentary.
$20 million, pounds, zlotys.
A whole lot of them anyway made profits of 100% and more on these affairs, and Elmire himself has really made very little.
All I got was a little television of that size for the $250,000.
Even that handsome house of his, that isn't his. A dealer has a deal with him.
Well, somebody
You hear that?
must have made some
Everything
strange
from the faker is fake.
deal. I was fooled. I was
Dude,
used,
he
and
does
I was
kind of
squeezed
serve. I'm not gonna.
up, squeezed out
Okay,
like
never
the last
mind.
drop. Because even the roof of that house doesn't belong to me. I don't have a dime to my name.
So after all these long years on the run, even now after his final reformation as a
He's
forger,
eating while he's narrating this.
Elmire can't feel much.
You can
real
literally hear him
security in this
eating.
last refuge in what people like to call the golden
Oh,
years.
he is.
A little bit of
He
that.
is
And a
drinking.
dash of larceny. You've been freely owning up to your own past. I better do some confessing myself. Francois was an art dealer, and I was an artist. I thought I was anyway. Like Elmire, I too was once a hungry painter, but not here in France. No, I was hungry in Ireland. I'd come there to paint.
He really
bought
is.
a donkey and cart, filled the cart with paints and canvases, and went traveling.
He's got the V
At
for
night, I
Vendetta
slept under
fit
the
on.
cart.
That's what it is.
It was a very nice summer. But then when I got to Dublin,
That's. I
the
was like,
donkey had
what
to go
is
up
this
for
reminding
auction.
me of?
So did I.
It's V for
My paintings
Vendetta.
were gone, all
Like
given
from
away
the
to
back,
Irish
it is
farmers who'd
actually
given me
just V
food.
from
I'd run out of
Vendetta.
paint, and money. I was 16 years old, and my career, as you might say, was at the crossroads.
You and me both, Orson.
Oh, I guess I could have found myself an honest job as a dishwasher or something, but no, I took the easy way. I went on the stage. I'd never been on the stage, but I told them in Dublin I was a famous star from New York and somehow got them to believe me. That's how I started. Began at the top and have been working my way down ever since. If acting is an art, cooking up that bogus Broadway career was a fine case of art forgery. And then later on the radio, well, we've seen how Elmire started. In my past, there aren't any Picassos. No, my next flight into fakery was by flying saucer.
We interrupt this program to bring you a news bulletin.
High government sources have ceased to deny the presence in many parts of the country of non-terrestrial objects.
We return you now to the Starlight Terrace of the Hotel Gloria in Scranton, to the singing strings of Laszlo Gabor and his Melodians.
On the radio, I got my first job from Paul Stewart, and we were lucky enough to have him join us later in the Mercury. Paul was a real capo mafia in the Martian caper.
The War of the Worlds was before World War II, remember?
You know what I've noticed in this movie?
In the great days of
Turtlenecks were really in the 70s.
Another bulletin, ladies and gentlemen. The latest word in the monsters from outer space.
Correction, from Mars. Sorry, folks.
I have seen so many turtlenecks in this, like even in like the hour of this documentary.
Half the population got the screaming jeebies just because they couldn't see how silly it all would have looked.
Well, we said that the Martians were releasing a noxious gas across the Jersey meadows that was drifting towards New York, so people took to the hills.
I met a welfare worker years later who told me he spent weeks trying to woo some of the refugees back to civilization.
The entire state of New Jersey has now been cordoned off. State highways are... Yes?
Ladies and gentlemen, a special news flash from Washington.
Any moment now, President Roosevelt will be receiving a delegation from Mars.
From Mars. Peace
They're
talks are
gonna
expected.
kill him.
A woman, you just have to believe this, rushed into a police station out in San Francisco with her clothes
This is how you
in
guys
tatters
describe my
to
stream.
report that she'd been repeatedly
This, if I had to
attacked by
summarize
Martians.
this, it's like Romola stream, 30 minutes.
She tried to
30
take
minutes
poison for the
Romola
shame of
stream.
it,
There's
and
your
they
little
stopped her
meme
just
in
in
it.
time. Were they little green men or what? I can't describe it, she said. It's hell. Somebody down in South America
Oh my god. I did not expect that. That was like that one ad. Hold on. I want to show this really fast. Wait, maybe I shouldn't. Hold on, I shouldn't. You guys know, have you guys ever seen that one ad that it's like a an Indian business like that's like focused on concrete, and they show a plane going into the tower, but it bounces off and goes around instead, and then it's like a concrete ad. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Hold on. Okay, hold on. It's fine. It's an art. It's art. It's art. It's fine. It's art. It's art. Check this out. This shit was legitimately some of the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life, dude. In my fucking life. Hold on.
మనబలం నాగార్జున సిమెంట్ నమ్మకం నాగార్జున సిమెంట్ ప్రతి నిర్మాణం నాణ్యతగా నిలిచే నాగార్జున సిమెంట్
It's just
did an imitation of that broadcast, and he ended up in prison. So I shouldn't complain, I guess.
Oh my God,
I
that
didn't
was
go
so
to jail.
funny.
I went to Hollywood. And to testify to yet another coincidence, here's a leading film director. All those years ago, he went west with the rest of us to make our first movie, Richard Wilson.
Our first movie? Well, among the first of our projects was to
I'm
be
okay.
story based on the fictionalized life of a certain famous tycoon.
Thanks for your concern, Exophil daughter.
Famous tycoon, yes, but when the character was changed to the famous newspaper tycoon, it became obvious that Orson should play the part, which of course he did. Oh, I'm not complaining.
No. I had a fine part in Citizen Kane.
But I was just wondering, that original concept may have been fun.
So you're gonna do 200 chicken nuggets at the
if
next
I would have been the
sub-goal?
first or the last.
I didn't
to
say
impersonate
anything associated to that.
Howard Hughes.
And probably not. It would kill me. I did 50 and I would have. It was not good.
This week, as it must to all aviation's pioneers, the great heart of a welcoming nation went out to handsome, well-heeled hero Howard Hughes. Broken for speed are all records for round-the-world solo flights. Broken, too, is the garbage man's record for sheer tonnage and ticker tape.
What?
Well noted by observers as the appropriate nature of ticker tape as a tribute to the high-flying Mr. Moneybags himself.
You could
Why
just
did
eat
we
20
change our
chicken
minds?
nuggets spread through
Change
10 days.
tycoons?
That could work.
Of course, we'd have to change his name. And as a character in fiction, who could believe that a man like Howard Hughes could exist?
I put the sweat of my life into this thing. I have my reputation rolled up in it.
Hughes fighting here for
Can't
the
believe
future of
people
a
used to sound
controversial
like that.
airplane, an all-wood behemoth, the Spruce Goose. Other inventions had more success. One example, the Brassiere. Hughes' design for a Hughes-directed hit movie was, for Memory America, the cause of a great uplift.
Memory
Less
America.
uplifting was the Spruce Goose. The biggest thing with wings that ever happened. In fact, it flew for a few minutes only, a few feet in the air.
And I have stated several times that if it's a failure, I'll probably leave this country and never come back, and I mean it.
And that's what he did, finally. The super secretive celebrity who went all out for world fame, won it, and then got to be more famous trying for privacy. Maybe he's a loser, after all. A lady from his past once told me that's part of his charm. But this lady-killing, wheeling-dealing, death-defying, life-defying mystery man supreme has a strange habit of winning
I don't understand.
somehow.
Is he dead or alive?
Sometimes, anyway. Just at the end. Is he winning now? At the end of this story.
I only wish I was still in the movie business.
Our semi-mythological night bird of a billionaire has flown his Vegas coop, but only to go on mutely roosting on the
What
top
a
of various
shot,
other
dude.
holiday hotels.
Holy.
In germ-free, air-conditioned solitude. That's his decision.
Oh, dog.
On this planet, crowded and computerized, being yourself, whatever that may be, and keeping yourself to yourself isn't easy. Make what you want of Howard Hughes, but not a movie. Cliff Irving had more courage than we did, and a surer hand certainly at fiction. Also, I'll admit that he's nudging the Martians a bit for the championship title.
It taxes your imagination to believe that a thing like this could happen.
I do not know Clifford Irving, said the voice.
Until a matter of days ago when this thing
I don't even know what she was eating. For a second, I thought she was eating like a
All over
plant.
the world, people were saying that really the fishiest thing in this whole business was not Irving's part in it, but the identity of whoever it was who claimed to Irving he was Hughes. And who do you think is still mixed up in all this? According to one theory, who else but Elmire, a man so skilled in art forgery, could have forged that manuscript? Irving's lawyer is speculating about a host of theories. If, for instance, that telephone voice was Hughes and was telling the truth, we should remember that Hughes had been known to make use of doubles.
What?
Here comes another theory. Now a double might be making use of Hughes.
According to informed sources, high officials in the Hughes Empire are not even now fully satisfied that the mystery is completely unraveled. They are searching for a Mr. Big.
Mr. Big?
Was Mr. Big
Like,
Mrs. Big?
I'm the one who wants to be with you?
Cliff Irving topped all this and stopped it dead with a confession.
Charges could result in as much as 100 years imprisonment. But this may be softened if Clifford Irving agrees to come clean on the whole story.
He did. He told it all.
With all
Not
due
only to
respect, what
courts,
the
but in
fuck
a
is
book.
going on?
And
It's
now, as
the
Elmina
fakers
leaves
are out.
that story, and a chapter in ours comes to a close, things may well be looking up just a bit for his biographer. Jail or not? This is a headline in London's Sunday Times. Hoaxer Irving makes a handsome profit.
I don't know why, but this just
And for
carries the
Elmina, at
energy of
least,
like
and at last.
they
That
locked
story has a
Orson
happy
Welles in like a
Peace and
janitor's
peace.
closet.
Well, here's another little coincidence for you.
To Connecticut, yeah.
Somebody else from Ibiza. This is our co-producer,
Richard Druitt.
Richard
That's right.
Druitt, the only Simon Pure non-charlatan in this movie.
He
Irving
asked
just
them
now
to
is
do
holed
it.
up in
Yeah,
Connecticut.
he's
We're
like,
calling him from Paris. And so excruciating is Richard's honesty
don't
that
you
he's insisted
lock
on
me
warning
in?
Time Magazine's nomination for Con Man of the Year that our call to him is being taped.
Hello?
The book.
Can you say anything about the deal that you've managed to do with the book? I mean, has it turned out as well as you'd expected?
The deal?
Are you going to tell the whole truth?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
In fact, the title is the book about the book.
In 2 years, Cliff, you are
The
going to write
title
a
is
book
the
about
book
the book
about the
about the
book.
book.
Gentlemen, was that the real voice of Clifford Irving? Well, Irving's real voice as a writer, he may well have found now in his new book. The new
I don't
title
lie
is
on
What
the
Really
phone.
Happened.
I want to paint my own paintings. I want to write uniquely and
No,
exclusively
it's
of my
just
work.
it's just
And
Orson
Elmina,
Welles.
Will there ever be another book about him?
He's told so many stories about himself, always telling this story to that one, another story to that one.
I don't.
He's lived always on the run.
I stayed on ultimately 12 years in the United States.
Which he spent there illegally, since he only had a 3-month visa.
I lived very simply. I lived on my own paintings. I sold them for $10, $15, my own canvases. And then sometimes when I had absolutely no money, I was completely broke, I made a Modigliani drawing. I took them to one of the big dealers around Beverly Hills, and never happened that I didn't sell them. I always sold them.
One reason he was able to get away with what he was doing for 22 years, selling fakes all over the world, all over the United States, was the existence of something new in the
This
art
is pretty
world,
cool.
and
Nice
that was
change of
the
pace.
art
Yeah,
market.
it is,
It
right?
enabled him to
It's a
live
cozy
from
little
day to
movie
day,
about fakers.
From painting to painting, from fake to fake.
This
from,
is called F
from
for
con
Fake
man to
by
con
Orson
man,
Welles.
From crook
Glendale.
to crook,
I've been to
and
Glendale
from
before.
town to town.
Who knows? What is it? What makes you travel? You want to change the landscape, you want to meet new people, you want to meet new faces, you think you meet somebody more attractive in the next town as you met there. You never know. Why? Why people travel? Do you know?
Because the FBI and the police in 4 different states were on his tail.
But,
and he had to be one jump ahead of them. He had to whip off to Mexico and then up to Canada and then back to New York. And then when he heard that the police were knocking on his door in Miami Beach, he had to scuttle out of town.
Whenever
on a
you
Greyhound
get to
bus
see
Texas.
any area without massive car infrastructure in the same way as it is today,
Then, finally,
it's
on a
very
distant
relaxing.
island, he did find a home. He doesn't own it, remember, but it's a splendid villa with a fine view of the village and the village jail.
To be in jail, you know, so that's probably, I would say, here is better than somewhere else. But jail is
he
jail,
did take
let's
his
face it.
belt.
Moment of
But it was
truth.
a nice belt.
He's talking about the time they took him down out of that villa which he doesn't own and put him into prison. Let me show you that again.
To be in jail, you know, so that's probably, I would say, here is better than somewhere else. But jail is a jail, let's face it.
Hemingway wrote a great short story about an old bullfighter called The Undefeated. Well, all the heroes out in the bull ring. Here's our hero. Our ex-jailbird flying high above his troubles. Watch the quick recovery.
That was quite a disgusting person.
This is how it feels.
He looks disgusting too, doesn't he?
To be giving your drunk friend
He was
the
again
TV
a German
remote
whose
privileges.
main preoccupation was his mustache. He kept on nothing but touching his mustache. He was kept on curling and curling and curling his mustache.
I'm glad you
These
liked
are the
it.
drawings I made during the time I was in prison. On the very end, the judge himself thanked me and he declared that I'm a very generous and a very kind person.
Now that he's out of prison, what will he do?
Why does he look
He'll
like
give a
he's about to
party.
start crying? I feel like Orson Welles is so good at either looking very happy or very sad. Like, I just feel like he's about to start crying uncontrollably.
Entrez, prenez des drinks. Vous êtes très belle.
Elmer, how do you mean you are not in prison?
Because I wasn't a prisoner in the full sense of word. I was not in prison. I was interned.
Oh, ça c'est différent.
Call Orson Welles
She's a great friend of
Someone
mine.
put up.
She was very sweet and kind to me. When I was in prison, she came to see me every day. Most of the days of the week. Jean-Pierre Aumont. I had a Spanish-Polish prince, Czartoryski Bourbon, who is a cousin germain of the next king of Spain, of Juan Carlos. He came every day. I had every day coming in Nina.
Nina, that morsel plucked from our name-dropper's list of prison visitors, is the Baroness Van Pallant.
She was a witness against Irving. It seems he couldn't have had a secret rendezvous with Howard Hughes in Mexico because he spent every minute there with the Baroness.
She used to be a famous folk singer, and now
Baroness.
she's famous again. Many other
Oh!
ladies flitted across the front pages, and our cameras never got close to them. Oh, yeah, Kodar was something else.
Miss Kodor, the
newspapers have been calling you the Hungarian connection because of my connection.
It's art.
This is from the tape of a recent interview.
There's quite a list.
Indeed. If only half of all that is true, I wonder how he ever got away to his typewriter.
Well, Miss Kodo.
You wouldn't say that forgery's a crime?
And the experts?
As long as there are fakers, I guess there have to be experts. But if
Ain't
there
that the
weren't any
truth?
experts, would there be any fakers?
A friend, another friend, once showed a Picasso to Picasso, who said no, it was a fake. The same friend brought him from yet another source, another would-be Picasso, and Picasso said that too was a fake. Then yet another from another source, also fake, said Picasso. But Pablo, said his friend, I watched you paint that with my own eyes, said Picasso.
I mean,
I
I
can
won't
paint false
lie.
Picassos as well
That
as
was
anyone.
like, I just didn't expect her boobs out like that.
I'm not trying to make an excuse. I'm trying to explain a psychological situation and a human weakness.
He's not in jail today for basically two reasons. A court case would bring such publicity upon the art world that any art dealer who took the stand would automatically become suspect. The other reason he's not in jail is because the French police have explained to me that
You
in
know,
order to,
this
to
is
jail
a
him in France,
YouTube
they would
poop.
have
That
to
is
have
such a
two
good way to
witnesses
put it.
who saw him doing the paintings, who saw him signing the paintings as Vlaminck's or Derain's or Picasso's.
The signatures were put on much later than the paintings were painted.
I
never signed
wonder
any
what's for
painting
dinner.
anyway. That's an
Bingus!
important matter.
No.
No, I never signed it. No, it never did, no. Never did.
Of course they were signed.
Well, whoever did sign them.
Imagine
his
if it just
paintings are in so
panned
many
to
great
him,
collections that
like
surely it
painting
must be
like
said
this,
of
but it
Vermeer
was just
that he has achieved a
Dr.
certain
Robotnik.
immortality
No bingus!
under various other signatures.
If you hang them in a museum in a collection, great paintings, and if they hang long enough there, they become real.
Now, this has been standing here for centuries. The premier work of man, perhaps, in the whole Western world. And it's without a signature. Chartres.
In Orlando.
To God's glory and to the dignity of man.
That's awesome.
All that's left, most artists seem to feel these days, is man. Naked. Poor, forked radish. There aren't any celebrations. Ours, the scientists keep telling us.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, with the lighting,
disposable.
I mean, it does kind of look like we're in Orlando right now.
You know, it might be just this one anonymous glory. Of all things, this rich stone forest, this epic chant, this gaiety, this grand choiring shout of affirmation, which we choose, when all our cities are dust, to stand intact, to mark where we have been, to testify to what we had it in us to accomplish. Our works in stone, in paint, in print, are spared, some of them for a few decades or a millennium or two, but everything must finally fall in war or wear away into the ultimate and universal ash. The triumphs and the frauds, the treasures and the fakes, a fact of life. We're going to die.
Oh,
Be
thanks,
of
Orson
good
Welles.
heart. Cry the dead artists out of the living past. Our songs will all be silenced. But what of it?
You know,
Go on singing.
this also is different in the level of like,
Maybe a man's name.
a lot of stuff can be
Doesn't
preserved,
matter.
like your identity in things from the internet.
Much.
In the same way, he highlights all the workers that have not been
Now, at last, we come to
noted
Oya.
on the Notre Dames.
For this true story, and with a kind collaboration, we offer now what you might call it a reenactment of recent history. As we told you at the start, she comes into this only at the end, and that's where we've left her, for the end. And as for coincidence, just for instance, I give you Oya's grandfather. Oh, no.
He's shit
Now,
faced.
let's take him back for a while and save him for later. The mixture's rich enough as it is. Oya, as far as I know, never breathed a word about him to any of us. She comes into this when she herself came to the attention of, well, who else but the first genius among all the artists of our age. The most celebrated, certainly the wealthiest painter in 6,000 years.
Well, Picasso is the biggest phenomenon of our time. It never existed that a painter was able, with one movement of his hand, what necessarily didn't involve more than 10 seconds.
That is a new
That
bell.
movement of the hand transformed in gold. Not even John D. Rockefeller was able to do that.
Whoa.
His estate has been valued at $750 million. Oya turned him into a girl watcher. This happened not so very long ago, when Picasso, for reasons of his own, went to paint for a while in the little village of Toussaint.
She really turned him into a girl. Whoa.
Oya was there too.
Watch her. Oh.
On her holidays. And she had a friend with her, a boy named Olaf from somewhere in the Viking
John D. Rock sounds like a member of the Beastie Boys.
In his home,
It really does.
Frozen North, Olaf had been infected rather imperfectly with a taste for the classic jazz of New Orleans, and his researches in this area took place under Picasso's window, where morning and night he practiced the trombone.
Oh, that's a sick dress.
Olaf's trombone commenced early, finished late, and nearly drove Picasso out of his skull. And then there was another distraction, far more disturbing. Oya. Oya in the morning, on her way to the beach. Oya at 10, coming back for the suntan lotion. To the beach again. And back once more. At noon for lunch. In that climate, after lunch, one takes a siesta. Not Oya, and not Picasso either. Cocktail time. Dinner time. Any time. Oya on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and all through the week. Week after week. Oya checking on the trombone. Oya escaping from it. But no escaping for Picasso.
Aye. He's being terrorized with this one. Yeah. She's outside my window. It's really weird.
Was he tempted?
Hey, relax.
Perhaps he was inspired.
You know, if Kojima made this, you guys would be like, this is Kino. This is cinema. Okay, that is true. It would be a lot more just random, like, dude celebrities. And not Picasso. Sundress, man. That's blue cloth lady.
I can't tell you what happened in there. But Picasso was a fast worker, by which I mean to say, you understand, that the results of this encounter were, to say the least of it, extremely fruitful.
What? No, it's Orson Welles. It's Orson Welles, dude. It's art.
Figs sweetened on the trees, grapes burst into ripeness on the vines.
And 22
Sexful moment. Hey, don't
large portraits of Miss Oya Kodar were born under that virile brush.
Oh, I get it. Dude, I get
Money. We've heard Elmire.
This is Orson Welles.
Well, Picasso didn't make all that bread by casting any crumbs of it on the waters or feeding it to the birds or giving away any pictures to his models. But Oya laid down conditions. She put a price on the sunshine. To give it up, he had to give something to her. And this is true, you know. What she exacted from Picasso was no less than this.
All of those pictures, all 22 of them, were to be hers. Outright. Her property, Oya's very own. To pick up and carry away. Which is just exactly what
MasterCard
she
is
did with
afraid of this movie. It will.
The
They
lots.
should be.
Let's call it the loop.
MasterCard wasn't ready
She got
for
away with
Orson
it.
Welles, 1973.
Well, I wonder if she's rich, you'll say. But wait, there's more to this. Just now, Paris is fog-bound. Just then, and this is important to our story, there was another sort of paralysis. Paris was suffering from August. This happens every year. It
We're
shuts
suffering
down,
from
closes
August.
up, and this is the time when an invader could take the country by telephone, if he could get somebody to answer it. And this is the time, of all time, when, down there in Tucson, Picasso, opening his morning newspaper, read that in a little-known art gallery in Paris there had been opened to the public an exposition of the works of Pablo Picasso. And this, a species of atomic blast, stormed out of the Riviera. In the American hemisphere, we give our bigger tornadoes names like Ethel, Mary Lou, and Dolores. You know, what shook the south of France that day should have been called Pablo. Booking a seat on the first available plane, the storm now moved toward Paris. And there wasn't any improvement in the atmospheric conditions at the airport when another newspaper came to
He's
the
just
artist's
telling us-
furious attention.
This is just like
Picasso,
small
said the
talk
headline,
about the weather.
has been born again. Critics were hailing the
This is like I got
affection, the
stuck in a
force,
lineup with like a guy that's
fecundity.
80 years old.
Who cared? Not Picasso. No, there'd been a very clear understanding. None of those portraits were ever to be sold. Oya did rich, but not a penny's profit for Pablo. There are witnesses who swear that an aureole of blue flame sizzled about that noble head as the great painter burst into the picture gallery. What is remembered, what will never be forgotten, is the terrible incandescence of Picasso's rage. And then there came a sudden and quite remarkable change. Those famous staring eyes now stared as eyes have never stared before. From picture to picture they traveled. All 22 of them, recognizing none. Not one single canvas in that whole collection had been painted by Picasso. And there she was, standing beside him. You told him about your grandfather, that he was dying.
He didn't even know he existed.
Nobody did. The greatest of all the art forges remained always a legend mentioned only in whispers. Tell us what you did with Picasso.
I just took him by the hand and led him out and put him in my little car.
And drove him to your grandfather's secret studio?
This is true, you know. What's amazing is
This is
he went
true,
with
you know.
her.
I love
Some
when he
pictures.
says that.
These are the last I took of him.
The first to be made public.
He was never photographed, except in the family. He was very careful about
That's
that.
why I was never caught. You know, I never thought to ask Elmire about it. After all, we're both Hungarians.
There are many great painters in the Renaissance, but only one Da Vinci.
The point being that among great art fortunes,
I
your grandfather
do
is
actually
the
really
Da
like
Vinci.
this.
One of his Da Vincis is so famous, I don't dare to name it.
Giving him credit is as tough as nailing him for the crime.
Crime?
Well, he painted every last one of those phony Picassos of you.
For every last one of which Picasso was very highly praised.
But not to put it mildly, highly pleased. You must have known you couldn't get away with it.
I got to meet Picasso.
So here they are, the world's best and least known geniuses.
My grandfather was very glad to see him.
Picasso, said her grandfather. I've been painting you for years. All the great Picasso periods. I'm not trying too hard for the Hungarian accent, but I think that's how it works.
Oh, yes.
This girl, said Picasso, claims that you're dying.
A dying art forger, he said, is still an art forger.
No, you tell us what Picasso said.
He called us both a couple of crooks.
Oh, yes, said your grandfather is quite as honest as anyone that young, that beautiful, and that Hungarian has any need to be.
She's stolen my pictures, said Picasso.
She made you a gift, senor. She gave you a whole summer.
It's not more than the price of 22 Picassos. And where, for God's sake, are they now?
Pablo. May I call you Pablo? No. Well, senor, it seems that in my son-in-law's new little art gallery there are 22 paintings, every one of which has been acclaimed as a masterpiece. At least that's the best critical opinion.
The best critical opinion is a load of horse manure. Or words to that effect.
Oh, perfectly, we agree on that, senor. But you have so little reason to be bitter. Is there a man in all the world who doesn't know your name? And who in all the world knows mine?
You are one of those that use so many names that you forget your own.
I, senor, am not one of anything. Like you, I am unique. You've seen my big Cézanne at the Metropolitan? Is that just a forgery, my friend? Is it not also a painting? Now you tell us what Picasso had to say to that.
Something dirty in Spanish, I think.
He did accuse your grandfather of arrogance.
Arrogance. A man who never in his life signed his own name to a picture. What could be more modest than that?
It's true that when you think of those great Rembrandts...
Chicago has 5 of them.
And
important ones.
London, why, just those 2 small Tintorettos in Brazil and Tokyo.
He's got the V for Vendetta.
Cincinnati did all the Goyas and most of the Grecos.
And the Monet? And the Manet in Detroit?
So, am I not then myself, said your grandfather, one of the great painters? No? No. Yet here you are, Picasso, standing at the deathbed of a ghost. For all my life, I've been a ghost. And for all time, the galleries and museums will be haunted with my works. Do you think I should confess? To what? Committing masterpieces? They'd all be torn down from the walls. And what then would be left of me? But before I die, I find I need something. To believe. I must believe that art itself is real. If it is not, senor.
He, my grandfather, was interrupted by Picasso, who asked him to stop making speeches.
We've only to settle the fate of 22 large canvases painted by me. Picasso, you move so easily from one Picasso period to another, who change like an actor, like an art forger yourself. Won't you give to me, who admire you so much, a happy death? Can you not let me go, knowing that at last I've managed to give something new to the world? One whole Picasso period. Would you give me this?
give me my pictures, said Picasso. Give me back my 22 paintings.
Ah, said her grandfather, that is impossible.
I have burnt them.
Well, goodbye, Picasso.
Time for a confession?
Time to go.
Good night, Oya. That's her real name, you know? Oya. Oya Koda. I don't think that young gentleman's a trombone player, but Oya's grandfather was Hungarian, did he? Paint any pictures?
Never in his life.
Ladies and gentlemen, we did use Oya's grandfather to lend verisimilitude to the reenactment of this story, but is reenactment really the word? What I mean is, with a story this hard to believe, reenactment isn't easy. Right, Francois? At the very beginning of all this, I did make you a promise. Remember? I did promise that for 1 hour, I'd tell you only the truth. That hour, ladies and gentlemen, is over. For the past 17 minutes, I've been lying my head off. The
He got you.
truth, and please forgive us for it, is that we've been forging an art story.
As a charlatan, of course, my job was to try to make it real. Not that reality has anything to do with it.
Reality? It's the toothbrush waiting at home for you in its glass. A bus ticket, a paycheck, and the grave.
In the right mood, perhaps Elmire has just as few regrets as I have to have been a charlatan. But we're not so proud, either of us, as to lay any superior claim to being very much worse than the rest of you.
No, what we professional liars hope to serve is truth. I'm afraid the pompous word for that is art. Picasso himself said it. Art, he said, is a lie. A lie that makes us realize the truth. Oya's grandfather, floating here in the air, has no comment, which isn't surprising because he never existed.
To the memory of that great man who will never cease to exist, I offer my apologies. And wish you all, true and false, a very pleasant good evening.
What did you guys think? It's pretty sick, right? Pretty sick? Yes? Yes, yes, yes? You know, I really love that movie for how it like internalizes what art is and the creativity process around it. You know what I mean? Like, does it how I would think about it is art in a way is always just a forgery, right? Maybe Orson Welles was cooking on those 7 beers, you know? Maybe he was. Well, thanks a lot for hanging out. I had a lot of fun. Glad we got to watch a cool movie. It's pretty, but is it art? Yeah, so true. All right. No, this stream's not a lie. I'm real as hell. Well, thanks a lot for hanging out. I had a lot of fun. Glad we got to watch some stuff and play some Patapon. I'll be back again on Thursday. I wasn't enjoying some of my best friends are Hungarian style jokes. At first I didn't really understand it, but I'm pretty sure like it's kind of a metaphor for the fact that like it's made up, right? Like that's what I gathered from it. That to be quotations Hungarian is to have made your past a lie, right? That's the real thing between it all, right? Well, I'm going to send you guys off to the chickens. Thanks a ton for hanging out. I had a lot of fun. I'll see you guys again on Thursday. Thanks a lot for hanging out. Thanks for watching the movie. And I will see you guys again Thursday. Peace out.